Hello everyone and welcome to Inland Sports Radio Channel for tonight's matchup between the Orange Vista Coyotes and the Rialto Knights, the first ever game for Orange Vista. I'm joined by Tim Hatch, I'm Cullen Holt, and we are just seconds away from the first play in Orange Vista history. Tim, how's it going?
Doing great. I'm excited to see Coach Greg Zolmalt's Orange Vista Coyotes looking to spread things out on offense, use their speed to overcome some lack of size and experience. So here we go, Cullen, about to start.
Lopez set to kick it off for the Coyotes here. The first play in Orange Vista varsity history, and there's the kick. It's deep. It'll land in the end zone for a touchback, and starting at the 25 will be the Rialto Knights. Jeff Gorham down on the sidelines. He'll be the third member of our broadcast team, bringing us updates throughout the night. Rialto runs on the field. They are led by their star quarterback, Tyler Gonzalez, wearing number 14 for Rialto.
And Rialto also look to run the spread. Those run some 4 wide receiver sets. Their quarterback is one of their experienced guys coming back.
Leo Torres will also be a name to watch out for. Running the spread offense for the Knights. Here they go with 2 receivers to each side. The Knights will move left to right on your radio dial. They're wearing the all whites with the silver helmets. Orange Vista in the all bird orange with the white helmets. The first defensive play for Orange Vista in their varsity history. The snap is to Gonzalez. The give is up the middle. And the tackle is made there by Orange Vista in the backfield. So the first defensive play for Orange Vista is a tackle for loss.
Orange Vista wasn't fooled by that at all. They spread things out, had some motion going out to the left, but handed it back up the middle, and they stuffed it pretty good.
Ethan Saunders credited with the tackle on that one, as well as a few of his teammates were in there. They go trips to the far side now, Rialto will. Gonzalez in the shotgun, as we will see throughout the night. Rialto bringing the pressure. The snap is bad on the ground. Gonzalez goes back and falls on it at the 10-yard line, maybe the 11, and now moving backwards is the Rialto offense.
One of the dangers of running the shotgun, especially in game 1, we're going to see some mishaps like that.
It's going to be a little sloppy. Both teams running the spread on offense. Right now, Rialto is at the 11-yard line. We're just a few seconds into this game, still scoreless. Rialto on the first drive of the game now trips to the near side. Gonzalez still in the shotgun with a running back behind him.
Orange Vista in press man coverage.
Gonzalez back to pass. He floats one down the far sideline. That one's incomplete, but flags fly, and it looks like it will be pass interference. Jalen Moore and Cameron Wilson over there for the Orange Vista Coyotes, and it'll either be defensive holding or pass interference, it looks like, but we still are waiting on the call.
I was going to say that was pretty good blanket coverage by Cameron Wilson. Maybe too good.
Great job by Wilson of what's called stacking the receiver as he's going up the sidelines, stepping in front of him, slowing him down, but I wonder if the referees thought maybe, Tim, that there was a little bit too much contact. And
maybe too much stacking.
We're still waiting for the call here. Orange Vista, the school, started in 2016 as part of the Val Verde School District. This is their second year, and this is their first varsity game. They had a JV team last year, right, Tim?
Yes, and the interesting thing, no practice field. They had to take 3 buses every day to find their practice field.
Now here we are at Mustang Stadium on the campus of Rancho Verde for the first varsity game. The penalty does go against Orange Vista, but it's not a first down, so it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 25-yard line. And now it looks like offsides on Orange Vista on the next play, and that should be a first down for the Knights. So defensively starting well for Orange Vista and now starting to kind of fall apart.
Well, you know, there's got to be a level of excitement, and they've got to be really enthusiastic. The adrenaline's flowing this first series. So just got to control that a little bit and dial in.
Doubles formation, 2 receivers to each side. We'll start the clock here, 10:06 to go here in the first quarter. Gonzalez motions his running back to his left, now motions a man all the way across, number 24, and now maybe either a illegal formation or a false start moves Rialto back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 25-yard line.
I get a feel in the first half we're going to see a lot of laundry out there from the officials, just again getting the timing down and the jitters out of the way for both teams.
And remember, Orange Vista only has sophomores and juniors on their roster, no seniors, so a bit of inexperience for them. Again with the doubles formation, running back to the left for Gonzalez. Number 24 motioning across the backfield to make it trips. Now the handoff to the near side and stuffed in the backfield as the running back, Asherius Woods, in on the tackle for Orange Vista, and they are fired up.
Woods got there about the same time the ball got there. He exploded through there.
Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors presenting tonight's games. Larson Orthodontics, Mark R. Larson. Check them out at 6886 Indiana Avenue, Suite A in Riverside. You can also contact them at 951-686-6410. Trips to the far side, the ball's on the near hash. We've got double sticks, a long 2nd and 20. Gonzalez back to pass. He rolls to his left, throwing, and the pass is broken up. Orange Vista's Isaiah Jones gets a hand in there. Takes it away from the intended receiver, number 14 for Rialto.
Jones did a great job walling off the receiver and just getting a hand in over the top, and thereby not getting a penalty. Official was right on top of that. Saw what a great play it was.
At Larson Orthodontics, you are more than just a patient. You are a member of their Smile family. Dr. Mark Larson and his team deliver quality care that will gently and efficiently move your teeth into proper alignment. Your new smile will be one you will love for a lifetime.
Coach Zolmalt's a patient there. A client, I should say.
If Coach Zomalt goes there, we know it's good. Trips to the far side. Gonzalez passing again on 3rd and 20. He's going to roll to his left now, throwing a wobbly ball, and it's picked off. Number 9, Juan Gonzalez on the far sideline in Orange Vista with the first takeaway in school history.
Gonzalez was rolling left. There was no receiver in the area. I don't know if he just underthrew it badly, but threw it right to number 9 there, Juan Gonzalez. Great play. He caught, made sure both feet were in, stayed in bounds. First turnover, Coyote history.
Now we'll see the Coyote offense for the first time in school history. They are led by their quarterback, Anthony Funchess. We know there'll be a spread look, and we know that they've got some firepower because we saw them in the Paloma Valley passing tournament, a very prestigious 7-on-7 tournament that was played this summer. They finished as a semifinalist before the tournament was cut short due to time constrictions. Very impressive then, kind of putting themselves on the map.
Coach Zolmalt's teams will always be disciplined. They will always run their offense to the best ability. Great discipline. Known him for 13 years as a coach, and I saw him as a player in high school. Outstanding. CIF Player of the Year in 1988.
Taking over the 31-yard line, Funchess in the shotgun, trips to his left as Orange Vista offense will move right to left on your radio dial. 9:14 to go in the first quarter. Funchess takes the snap from the shotgun. The give is up the middle, but a whistle is blown. Maybe a false start on Orange Vista. So
preliminary indication against an Orange Vista.
The first play in Orange Vista varsity history is a penalty, but there's a lot of game left.
Yes, but again, that excitement, that adrenaline flowing, and just they're ready to go.
36-yard line now for a 1st and 15. Anthony Funchess in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and a running back directly behind him. They'll pass now. Funchess with time. He throws to a wide open receiver, number 12 making the catch. Reynolds breaks out of a tackle at the 20, down to the 15-yard line and more before stepping out of bounds. And a first down for Orange Vista into Rialto territory and into the red zone.
Reynolds showed a lot of patience waiting for that. A lot of young receivers might panic waiting for that hit, but he waited on it, then had a nice move to get upfield.
Funchess thrown off the arm on the first forward progress play of Orange Vista's history. A lot of history being made tonight. Funchess now with trips to his right. Gives to number 6 up the middle. 6 picks up a few yards before being brought down. The carry was by Asherius Woods.
Woods didn't get to that hole quickly enough. It was there early, but he didn't arrive quickly. The linebacker closed that hole with force.
Robert Corona doing a good job at center, opening up the hole, but a great job, like you said, by the Rialto defense. Trips to the right again, the ball still on the left hash, and now the hard count gets Rialto to jump, and it seemed like all 11 players were over the line of scrimmage on that one, so Orange Vista will pick up a free 5-yard move. This game also presented by Rapid Care Enterprises. Urgent Care Services is a proud sponsor of Orange Vista. When you're not feeling good, stop by the new Urgent Care in Paris, located at 26 Avocado Avenue. On the 2nd floor, they're open Mondays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As well as the rest of the week, the give is back to Woods up the middle. He picks up a couple near the first down. He'll be maybe a few inches shy, no indication yet, and he will. So it'll be 3rd and inches.
That was a slightly different look, a counter action with Woods going back against the grain.
trying to set up the Rialto defense for that counter, maybe try to bust open a big play. And now from the 5-yard line, they did give them the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Orange Vista offense. Funchess calling the play. He'll step back, going for a floater to the back of the end zone off the fingertips of number 11. He made a great catch with one hand, but he was out of bounds. And what a catch by Malik Jones in the corner of the end zone on the fade route.
Great effort on the corner fade. Maybe he could put it out there a little earlier for him, but still looking good. Again, one of Coach Zolmal's favorite plays when you get down to this area.
Try to make the corner make a decision as you run by him into the end zone at the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal now. The incomplete pass. It's 7 minutes and counting to go here. The give is up the middle to Woods. Woods picks up a few yards, and he's brought down short of the goal line. He'll be at the 3 or 2-yard line.
This is one of the concerns Coach Zolmal had for his team this year, that they might not be physically caught up with varsity teams, not having the seniors, not having that extra year in the weight room, so maybe down the red zone, not being able to punch it through.
Now 3rd and goal. We'll see if the Coyotes can punch it through. Walk-ins are also welcome at Rapid Care Enterprises, but over the phone is good as well. Asherius Woods near the goal line on that run to the right side, just short, and 4th and goal. We'll see what Zolmal wants to do. Looks like a new package is running on the field. Not sure if that is the field goal team. Looks like it is as kicker Lopez runs out there.
Rialto's linebacker shed that blocker, did a great job in attacking that and not letting it turn upfield. I think we'll see some counteraction because they do close to the ball really well.
So an 18-yard field goal attempt for Jose Miguel Lopez, the long snapper Aguilar Alejandro, the holder Carlos Viveros. This will be from the right hash. Looking for the first points in Orange Vista football history. The snap is high, the kick is up, and it is good. So Orange Vista on the board first with the first points in school history. Comes off the
made
foot
yet again
of the kicker Lopez. And now Orange Vista will kick it away to Rialto with a 3-0 lead. The band is playing, and look at how the students have shown up. This school is excited to get varsity football started.
I heard the rally they had on Friday at school was incredible. Great spirit at this school, led by Principal Josh Workman, Assistant Principal Lou Randall, Assistant Principal Lucretia Sanders.
And now Lopez, after scoring the first points in school history, is going to kick this one away. They had to go get the kicking ball off the sidelines. A lot of different kickers like to go with a more slippery football for the kickoffs, and in the hope that you can get a muffed kickoff return. Rialto still setting up for the return. They've got 2 returners back, 5 on the front line. On that last drive, the last time Rialto offense had the ball, it was an interception thrown by their quarterback, Tyler Gonzalez. This one's kicked away. The last kickoff from Lopez was a touchback. This one's fielded at the 1-yard line. Rialto's going to try to make a return on the right side. He's got blockers.
Wall set up, yep.
Number 24, did he step out of bounds? No. And then a big collision over midfield at the 46-yard line. And Rialto now seems a little pumped up after that big return, setting up good field position.
That was their safety, Dewan Bussey, on that return, and he showed what a year of experience would do, where he met that tackler head on instead of the tackler meeting him. Lowered his shoulder and he gave it to him.
Being the pitcher, not the catcher, if we can use a baseball analogy here. Looks like Rialto will take over at the 44-yard line for the second offensive series of the day for the Knights.
Orange Vista, that first series, defensively stayed in man, pressed up coverage. Coach Zolmal likes to attack and not let the receivers have a lot of freedom off the line.
The ball is on the near hash as Rialto's moving left to right. Gonzalez in the shotgun. He's got a running back right behind him. Leo Torres. And now the give is to number 21. And again, great penetration by Orange Vista as they bring down the running back in the backfield. Number 24 on the tackle, Ethan Saunders. Again, another big play from Saunders.
There was a little stunt on with Saunders and number 11, Malik Jones.
Moves Rialto back to the 49-yard line of Orange Vista. This will be a second and about 15. 4:57 to go in the first quarter. Rialto has won just 2 combined games over the last 3 seasons. So while Orange Vista trying to find an identity in their first game ever, Rialto as well trying to find an identity, get out of the basement of the San Andreas League. They have not finished anywhere except last in the last 3 seasons. And Gonzalez on the quarterback keeper, stuffed by Saunders in the backfield, all the way back to the 46-yard line of Rialto, and double sticks for sure on this play.
There was no stunt on that one. That was just pin your ear backs and go get him on that one.
And Saunders, number 24, has really stood out for this Orange Vista defense early on, and they are fired up there, running around, jumping, chest bumping, high-fiving, and Orange Vista excited to get this thing started. And as people are still trickling in, the grandstands are filling up with fans.
Saunders only a sophomore too, just noticed. He looks like he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future.
Rialto calls a timeout. The Inland Sports YouTube channel is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Ken's Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Phantom House Studios. Check out the Inland Sports Show every Saturday at 11 a.m. Jeff Gorham and Pep Fernandez will host on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Tune into that one, Tim. I'm sure you listen.
Absolutely. I tune in every Saturday that I can. It's a great show filled with information, humor, and great facts.
Maybe from Pep Fernandez, not quite sure about Jeff Gorham, who's standing on the sidelines. We'll hear from him at the quarter break. Rialto coming out of the timeout now. And Orange Vista, as you mentioned, they had a big pep rally, and the whole school seems to be fired up for this game.
Yeah, their enrollment is still down. They don't have that full, next year's senior class still won't be a full class yet. So this is a good turnout for game 1.
Their campus not quite completed. They're going to look to add a couple more stories to their classrooms as the enrollment goes up. A trips formation. Gonzalez airing it out deep down the right sideline, and it is intercepted again. This time Cameron Wilson comes up with it, running stride for stride with his man, and he picks it off at the 31-yard line, and we'll see the Orange Vista offense again after another forced turnover.
Cameron Wilson again with great inside coverage there. He walled him off. There was nowhere for the receiver to go, and he outplayed him for the ball.
Cameron Wilson and Juan Gonzalez now with 2 straight interceptions on consecutive possessions. And this Orange Vista defense has been absolutely impressive to start the game here.
You know, both Saunders and Wilson look to be leaders defensively, like they're standing out more so than anybody else.
Anthony Funchess back on the field. He's got trips to his left. They'll start at officially the 28-yard line, their own 28. The give is to Woods. He picks up a couple. He's stood up and brought down around the 30-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 8. 3:48 to go here in the first quarter.
When Woods hit that hole, he stood up a little bit. Shoulders got above his hit above the ball, way too high, too easy of a target for the linebackers.
Trips again to the left. The ball is on the far hash. And looks like Rialto jumped off sides. Funchess, not even a hard count on that one. That's the second offsides we've seen today from Rialto.
Well, I guess it's a flip side for them too, being nervous, first game, trying to improve and show that they have improved. So they're excited also.
Coyotes again with trips to the left. They're running that spread offense, which they'll be in all day. Anthony Funchess checking his wristband for the play as the sun sets here at Rancho Verde High School. Anthony Funchess back to pass. He's going to air it out. He's got an open receiver in number 1 down the sideline. He leaps up and makes the catch over the defender, Devin Murray, the junior. Takes it all the way down to the Rialto 31-yard line, and what a catch.
Incredible
from the
focus
junior.
and concentration on that with the defender closing on him and making contact too as the ball arrived.
Anthony Funchess to Devin Murray. And we will have video of that play plus a lot of other highlights from Orange Vista's first varsity game on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. After this game, please check it out. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button, please. now trips to the right side. Funches with the hard count, almost got a Rialto defender to jump, but he's able to get back in time. Now they're going to call the audible, change plays. It's 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Funches to pass a bubble pass on the screen. He finds his man out near the first down on the screen to the far side.
Yeah, that bubble screen. The bubble screen likes to use a receiver coming back against the grain, uses speed, but it's set up really slowly.
The catch was Devin Murray, who made that spectacular leaping catch, and he picks up 9 on the screen pass. And now they're going to go trips to that near side, or maybe not, they're going to motion out of it. Now, I was going to say that's a lot of bodies in a very tight space on the far side there. Funches in the shotgun now trips to his left. Here's the snap. Funches will give to Woods, and Woods actually hit the hole that time, picked up the first down and more down to the 15-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
He did a great job running downhill on that, and on first contact, great spin move getting out of it to get the first down.
That time it seemed like his pad level was a little bit lower. The offensive line looking pretty good. They're creating holes up front.
You know, if they're not as big as the other team, being on the attack and being technically concise is a great tool to have.
Orange Vista still in the no huddle. The snap, the give to Woods as they call his number twice in a row. He picks up 9 again. Now, the first down marker down to the 7-yard line.
Offensive line did a great job. A wide open hole down the middle. Could have drove a truck through it.
Reaching the end of the first quarter here. About a minute and a half to go. The sun has finally set. It's no longer in our eyes in the broadcast booth. And Friday Night Lights are underway. Funches with the snap, the give to Woods. He's going to cut it outside. He finds a hole, and he's into the end zone for a Coyote touchdown, and the first touchdown in Orange Vista history.
He did a great job bouncing that outside when he saw the inside had closed up. Again, he's more on the attack. His feet are quick, pads low. Great job on the run.
Ahasarius Woods with 6 more points for Orange Vista. The score currently is 9-0 as we wait for the PAT. Jose Miguel Lopez
this could be the first
on.
PAT in school history.
And here's the first point after in Orange Vista history. And what a start by the Coyotes. Again, the holder is number 15, Carlos Viveros. And the kick is up and good. So 10-0 Coyotes here early on in the first quarter with about a minute and 15 seconds to go. And look at how fired up the fans are right now for this first game in Orange Vista history.
So we have witnessed several firsts. The first kickoff, first kick return. No, we haven't had a kick return. My fault.
We have not had an Orange Vista kick return. And I'm
first
sure
field goal, first
Greg
PAT.
Zomolt's pretty happy with that.
That's true. That's true.
First field goal. That's right.
I bet he hopes they won't have their first return in school history.
Maybe just at halftime we'll have the first
there
return. So stay with us for halftime. The first kickoff return in Orange Vista history. Lopez back on the field to kick it away again for the 3rd time tonight. And Rialto in desperate need of finding some offense here. They had a good kickoff return on the last possession by their safety. He takes it into opponent's territory from the 1-yard line, a 51-yard return, but
and then they met Ethan Saunders.
Just with 2 interceptions. That's right, Ethan Saunders making the interception, the second one of the night for the Coyotes. So Rialto looking to pick the offense up. Here's the kickoff. This time it's a little pooch kick that's going to fall at about the 30-yard line. It's muffed. The ball is on the ground. Rialto is able to get on it in time, and that pooch kick worked well for the Coyotes.
Well, again, using that speed, if he can get it up high enough, they can race to the ball. On that, a fumble could turn into an onside kick.
Great job by Lopez. And on the roster, he's listed as just a kicker. He doesn't play any other positions. And even though maybe the roster size for Orange Vista isn't as big as others, he does specialize in kicking. He's been doing a great job so far.
Coach Zomalt came over after 12 years as assistant at Citrus Hill. Citrus Hill traditionally had just a kicker on the roster, and their kickers were pretty successful. The last one was the number 1 ranked kicker in America, is now at Southern Utah University, Manny Burrs.
That's right. He played in the IE All-Star Classic.
So a little shout out to Manny. I know he's listening.
There's Rialto back on offense. They motion a man across and give it to him on the jet sweep. He's met in the backfield and finally dragged down for a loss of 3. So great penetration by the Coyotes defense. I don't know how many times we've had tackles for loss in this game so far.
I just feel it looks like Rialto has a little bit of hesitation in their sets. They're looking at each other like they're not sure if they should be in motion, and Orange Vista is just attacking.
Rialto, we'll see what they want to do with the clock here as we've just got 15 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll probably have one more play here in the first frame.
Might not be a good idea to throw it to Wilson's side.
And now Gonzalez in trouble as he tried to roll out. He's brought down another tackle for loss. He's tackled at about the 13-yard line. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. When the next quarter picks up, it will be third and exceptionally long. It looks like 21 yards. But now it's time to send it down to the third member of our broadcast team, Jeffrey Gorham. Jeff, how's it going down there?
It's going pretty good, guys. I had a chance to sit down and or stand up and talk to Coach Greg Zolma before the game. I asked him how his guys were doing. He said they're a little nervous. It was very apparent early in this game. It was very sloppy. Tension, the guys' adrenaline was flowing, so it was kind of hard for them to get going. But once they did, they looked good. You had your first field goal by Jose Lopez, an 18-yarder, and that kind of slowed things down, got their rhythm going, and then it was all Woods there for the nice touchdown. So the first game, inaugural game here, started well for Orange Vista and Coach Zomo.
History is being made. They're going to write books about this one.
Hey, and it's nice to see Jeff Gorham in a polo shirt that fits. History also got made when you found that, Pep.
I don't know where you went to get it. Probably Ken's Sporting Goods off of Alessandro Boulevard. I know, Tim, you're rocking the Ken's gear
That's
today.
right. I stopped by there today. It's my one-stop shopping place for all Nike apparel.
Brand new.
Pep Fernandez goes there. I'm sure Manny Burrs was wearing
Absolutely.
Ken's Sporting Goods equipment when he was setting records at Citrus Hill.
Adam Minoski is the team sales guy. He'll take care of you, too. Gave me the coach's discount.
Hooking you up and hooking up pretty much everybody in the Inland Empire. Ken's Sporting Goods dominating the inland area.
For over 30 years, I believe.
When it comes to gear. And they've been around for a while. They're still in Norco. The building is right there off Alessandro Boulevard. We'll tell you again where to check it out. And now Rialto flipping the field. They'll go right to left on your radio dial. They're still wearing the all whites. They didn't change uniforms, in case you were wondering. We're starting the second quarter here. Orange Vista High School is what they call a STEAM high school, which will be science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So a nice little acronym there.
But you look at that defense. They're just geared up and ready to go.
Here's Gonzalez back to pass. They tried the running back screen, but it's off the hands of the intended receiver, Leo Torres.
I think that was a good choice to kind of maybe to get Orange Vista to pull back a little bit on that depth that they're getting on every rush. But it was there. Receiver just didn't come up with it.
That's right. Orange Vista getting great penetration and, like you said, a good play call. That's exactly what you want to counter it with.
And who was in the quarterback's face again? Number 24. We've seen that number a lot today.
Ethan Saunders, number 24, has been all over the field. He's playing defensive line for the Coyotes. He's had tackles for loss. He's had sacks. And now here's the first punt return in Orange Vista history. And they almost got a punt block there, but the punt is away, bouncing to about the 40. Number 9, Juan Gonzalez, hanging around the ball. And as if to keep the punt coverage team guessing as to whether he's going to pick it up or not, but he does not. The ball rolls all the way to the 35-yard line, and we'll see the Orange Vista offense led by Anthony Funchess once again.
On Orange Vista sideline, they have quite a pantheon of assistant coaches. Keith Greeley is over there as an assistant. Keith played a quarterback at USC before finishing his basketball career at Cal Baptist. Deion Morton is over there, won CIF at North High as a quarterback, CIF Player of the Year. So he's got some good leadership there, too.
And all these coaches have been there, done that. The head coach, Greg Zomalt, playing at Cal with his brother, Eric. Here's Funchess in the shotgun, the give to Woods, and a whistle early, maybe a false start, illegal formation. And early indication says it will be against Orange Vista. And it is a false start, so moving back 5 yards, it'll be 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line now with 11:34 to go in the second quarter.
I tell you, Coach, at halftime, Coach Zoma will address these offensive penalties, lack of discipline on the legal motion, but it'll be taken care of pretty quickly.
Last night, I stayed up late to watch IEMG Sports Weekly Live, hosted by Pep Fernandez. Tune into that every Friday night at 11 p.m. The only Inland Empire high school football highlight show every Friday night on the IEMG YouTube channel. Check that out. Hit the subscribe button. That last play, Anthony Funchess trying to run it on the right side, and he got nowhere.
The spread offense is kind of a read offense, and a young player maybe seems, if Rialto switched things up defensively, might have got a little confused. This is the first time he's shown any confusion so far.
Funchess with trips to his left. Orange Vista going no huddle. They've got signs on the sideline to send the plays in, and then they'll be looking at the play cards on their wrist. Funchess with the snap. He's going to throw a quick one on the out route, and it's just dropped by number 11 out Malik Jones on that near side.
That was a good timing route to the outside. Just didn't quite get it to him. Good throw, good route. It happens sometimes.
Jones made a nice attempt to reach down for that one, but just couldn't complete the catch as he was headed out of bounds. Trips to the far side again. Orange Vista moving left to right across the field. Funchess shotgun with Woods as the back, and the one back set to his right. Funchess drops back. He escapes the pressure, and now he's got room to run on the far side. Out to the 30-yard line. He's hit, spins out of a tackle, and he ends up only picking up 2 yards, but he ran a long way for it.
That's the first time we've seen Funchess have to scramble tonight. The line's done a nice job giving him time. Plus, he's thrown the quick timing routes, but he's shown some quickness getting out of the pocket there.
Our game next week on the Inland Sports YouTube internet radio channel will be Hesperia versus Summit.
Would this be the first punt in history?
And here is the first punt in Orange Vista history on 4th and 12. Standing at about the 28-yard line is the punter. Looks like it's William Gamble as he punts that away. It's not a far punt. It bounces, takes a Rialto bounce back to about the 48, and at Orange Vista's 48 is where Rialto will take over. My apologies to Jose Lopez. He was the punter on that one.
You know, being a punter is not as easy as it looks. I was forced into an emergency situation in high school as the emergency punter. All those people running at you, a crowd yelling and screaming. My punt went into the stands, minus 6 yards.
So you were no Manny Burrs
No.
when it comes to the kicking game.
No.
But
No.
Orange Vista avoids catastrophe on that one, gets the punt off. And it's a good thing Tim Hatch is not out there standing 12 yards back from the long snapper on that punt. Back on the field is the Rialto offense. Tyler Gonzalez with a running back about 5 yards behind him. So a deep I formation in the spread, and now whistles blow with 9:43 to go in the second quarter. This is going to be maybe lining up in the neutral zone or offsides on Orange Vista. So 5 yards forward march the Knights offense, and it'll be 2nd and 5, or 1st and 5, that is, my apologies.
This is the first change or adjustment that Rialto has shown. They've stayed with the spread up to this point. It's the first little wrinkle they've changed up. And now
two receivers to each side. We thought Rialto was going to throw in a new wrinkle there, but they caught us off guard. Here's a screen pass. Coming in to break it up was number 4, Jalen Moore of Orange Vista. And looks like the ball was on the ground, but maybe it rolled out of bounds. So a fumble was forced, but Rialto will retain possession. So it's 2nd down here.
The defensive backs read that really well. There's keys on the receiver's body they're supposed to read. They read their keys really well and attacked as soon as they saw the receiver stop and show numbers to the quarterback.
Again, 2 receivers to each side. The ball's on the near hash. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 42-yard line. Orange Vista's 42-yard line as Rialto's working in enemy territory. Gonzalez motions the back to his right side. Now here's a jet sweep. They fake it to him, and now Gonzalez with a little room to run. He's out to the first down marker, and he is going to pick up the first down by about a yard. So a great job faking the jet sweep and going up the middle for Tyler Gonzalez.
I was just going to say the only bad marks on the Orange Vista defense was penalties to this point. But that quarterback draw, whether it was scripted or not, looked good.
Sometimes you have to improvise. We're not sure if that was improvisation or not. Is Rialto getting set here for the next play? They're still on the near hash. They might want to look to that far side. There's a lot of space over there. A lot of their plays have been towards that near side. Stay with us for the halftime show on Inland Sports Internet Radio. We'll have an exclusive interview with head coach Greg Zomalt. Tim, you caught up with him earlier and recorded that, so we'll get to hear that at halftime, so stick around for that. Here's that jet sweep now going to the far side, and a great low tackle made by Orange Vista's number 17 at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of one on that one, if anything.
Again, Orange Vista's defense maintaining their lanes, maintaining their discipline, not being fooled by any motion, and just, again, on the attack, running downhill defensively. Yeah, I talked to Coach Zomalt for a few minutes on Wednesday because with the game coming up, I didn't want to talk to him Friday or today. You know, big game for him, needed his concentration.
We'll have that interview for you. Now Rialto goes trips to the near side as the ball's now on the middle of the field. Gonzalez is going to throw the slant route, and he's got his man over the middle of the field. First down and more down to the 8-yard line, and now the Rialto offense is clicking for the first time tonight.
The cornerback, Isaiah Jones, let that receiver get across his grill. Can never let a receiver cross your face, and the quarterback did a nice job of reading that. Great delivery.
Maybe a little bit of youth showing there. And now with the ball on the far hash, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Trips to Gonzalez's left. He'll take the snap, he fakes the give, and now Gonzalez on the quarterback keeper up the middle with a first down and more, down inside the 10-yard line before finally being dragged down by Joseph Hinson of Orange Vista, and Tyler Gonzalez having success in the ground game with 6:46 to go in the second.
Looks like Rialto found a hole in the defense, and they're exploiting it. Second time they've had the quarterback draw off, we call it that. Best play they've run today.
And now Johnny Walsh, number 7 for Orange Vista, is down at about the 26-yard line, and Tyler Gonzalez seems to be taking advantage of the great penetration that Orange Vista has been having. So Rialto adjusting well offensively, and they're looking for their first points of the night, trailing 10-0 with 6:42 to go in the second. Both teams have taken a knee on the sidelines. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Johnny Walsh, as we hope he's okay.
Yeah, Orange Vista all night has done a great job on the edge. Great penetration, turning things up the middle, not allowing anything to get outside. But again, coaches might have spotted something, that a hole up the middle, definitely exploiting it now. Well, we know his passes to the outside were a struggle.
That's true.
Because of the coverage out there by Cameron Wilson and Juan Gonzalez.
But we did see on that slant pass that maybe over the middle they can get the air attack going. Orange Vista will be playing in the Academy League this year with St. Margaret's, Crean Lutheran, and St. Pius X, St. Matthias. St. Margaret's is 1-0 on the season. St. Pius X, St. Matthias is a mouthful, and they lost their first game. Crean Lutheran is playing right now, so a league game to keep an eye on for Orange Vista.
I believe it's Division 13 that they'll be eligible this year for first time for playoffs.
Orange Vista and Rialto both playing in that Division 13. There's a lot of teams, a big pool, but if you can make a run in your league and make the playoffs, I mean, both these teams have the size and they have the capability to go somewhere.
Coach Zomalt used to success and used to playing late in the season, and is 12 years at Citrus Hill, league champions every year, 5 CIF championships, and 1 state championship in his tenure as an offensive coordinator at Citrus Hill.
As the training staff tends to Walsh, we're going to send it down to Jeff Gorman one more time. Jeff, what have you got for us? We'll talk to Jeff later on. Maybe at halftime we'll get a report from him. As Walsh is helped off the field. He looks like he walked off by himself, so that's always a good sign. Rialto offense will jog back on the field. They're at the 8-yard line with a 1st and goal. 6:42 to go. They trail by 10.
So first goal line stand for Orange Vista.
Here you go. History being made right in front of our eyes here on the campus of Rancho Verde High School.
Now let's see, a more experienced team wouldn't panic now. They gave up a couple big, not even big plays, but decent plays. They make their adjustment. The coaches had time to talk to them. See what happens.
This time, Gonzalez fakes the handoff. He keeps it around the left side, trying to go off tackle. Picks up a few down inside the 5-yard line now, and looks like the Orange Vista defense did not panic on that one.
Yeah, the Orange Vista defense plugged that hole quickly.
Gonzalez, 2 receivers to each side. The ball in the middle of the field. He's in the shotgun, got a deep eye back behind him. The snap. The give is to that eye back, and he is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. A big collision there. The running back brought down at about the 2-yard line.
So it looked like they're trying to keep attack in the middle, but since that was their most success, but number 99, I believe, stepped up and really filled the hole.
Miles Jones doing a great job anchoring the inside of the Orange Vista defense. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. A big stand for the young Orange Vista team. This time Gonzalez trying to go around the outside on the quarterback keeper, and he is stuffed. Woods was there. A flag is out. We'll see what the penalty is.
Elijah Roseby showing great speed running that play down.
Elijah Roseby comes from behind and drags Tyler Gonzalez down. Looks like this penalty is going to be on Orange Vista, though. We'll wait for the call. And it's going to be a personal foul. I think Woods came in just a tad late and targeted the upper body area of the quarterback Gonzalez, and that really hurts you. And there's kind of the youth showing through for Orange Vista as they'll get 1st and goal for Rialto.
It's getting harder and harder to be a defensive player these days in football because the area that you can hit is getting smaller and smaller. I heard a conversation about NFL that they wanted to stop hitting knees.
Right, Odell Beckham Jr. in a preseason game had a little bit of an injury scare with the ankle injury. Everyone called for maybe eliminating low hits. But as a cornerback, you've already been prohibited from hitting high. So this will actually be 3rd down and 2 yards to go. 3rd and goal. The handoff to the outside. Orange Vista meets him in the backfield. He breaks 1 tackle, but he's not going to get into the end zone. He'll be about a yard short, bringing up 4th and goal.
What Orange Vista's defense does really well, they close on plays. They never give up. So you'll see guys coming from across the field to get involved.
Great job of pursuit. We know that flows down from the top. Greg Zomalt teaching great discipline. And I know when I talked to him at the Paloma Valley passing tournament, he talked about how much energy his team has. He's an emotional coach, he said, and his team really gets that emotion from him, and they feed off of that. 4th and goal, a big pivotal play here with 4.5 to go in the 2nd quarter or in the 1st half. And that play on the bubble pass, the pass is incomplete, too low, and Orange Vista comes up with the 1st goal line stand in school history.
And we have been here for every minute.
And we're going to send it down to Jeff Gorham. Jeff, what do you have for us now?
Well, first of all, every time you guys are talking, it's the first in school history. But I have a funny story. Before the game, when I did talk to Greg Zolmo, I went up and kind of introduced myself, and he goes, "Hey, I know you." And I went, "Yeah, I remember you." And I goes, "No, you were my next door neighbor at Cal Berkeley."
Oh, no.
I played basketball up there, and I roomed with Russell White, the great running back out of Crespi High School. And he goes, "I remember you. You were tall and skinny and had great hair." I said, "Yeah, a lot of things have changed, but it's still the same Greg Zolmo."
That's a great story, Jeff. I'm kind of stuck on the tall and skinny thing.
Hey, whoa.
But Jeff Gorham with deep roots in this brand new Orange Vista team. I feel like Gorham's got every story from every situation.
He's been around a while. That's what happens when you get up there in age, in years. Some people call it experience. It could be old age. On that last play, Funchess just ran it out of the end zone because he caught the snap about 2 yards deep. Not trying to fool anybody, just buried his head and tried to get off tackle.
2nd and 9 from deep in their own territory. Jeff, we're looking down on the field from a bird's eye perspective. You see anything different down there from the sideline as far as the energy goes in this first game? Is we might have a safety here. Nope, down at the 1 yard line. Jeff?
No, just the nerves were kind of tight here early, but they seem to loosen up. The cheerleaders are looking good. The band is here, and you guys are throwing a lot of shade on me up there. I'm a little disappointed because I look good in my Inland Sports shirt. You're talking about how old I am. It's ridiculous. You guys are smaller than I am. Be careful.
So Jeff, when you knew Greg at Cal, was he always destined to be a coach, or did you not see that when you were living next door?
No, we were just worried about eating our next meal, I think.
Here's a deep pass, and that one is broken up by the Rialto defense. And Rialto fired up about that play.
And this could be an experience thing too. Having to receive a snap in the end zone could cause a little bit of panic on the offense. That ball hung in the air a little bit, allowing the Rialto defensive backs to close on it. But you know, when Jeff was at Cal, I believe that was around the time that a guy sued for his First Amendment right to go to all his classes naked.
I had the naked guy in class with me, believe it or not.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure Jeff wasn't that guy.
No, it was not Jeff. Nope.
No, but I will say this. The guy was built like Thor. He had really long hair.
You knew the guy, though.
Yeah, and he used to wear just a backpack and flip-flops to class. He was pretty special.
All right, Jeff, don't go anywhere. We'll come back to you at halftime. Jeff Gorham reporting from the sideline for us here. Looks like too many men on the field was the penalty against Orange Vista as they lined up from the punt. Lopez will be just a few inches away from the back line of the end zone to punt this one away, so a really pressure situation for the young punter.
He's got to watch his heels. Can't hit that line. And he's a little closer to the center, so those defenders look pretty close right now.
Second punt of the night for Orange Vista. This punt will land at about the 30.
Fumble.
Trying to field it was Rialto. The ball is down. Looks like the Coyotes come up with it with under 3 minutes to go.
First fumble
And
recovery.
They do. First forced
Number 9.
fumble.
He got the
First
interception.
Recovery. The interception.
Right, first interception, Juan
For
Gonzalez.
Juan Gonzalez, and now he has the fumble recovery.
The turnover king.
He is taking the ball away from Rialto like taking candy from a baby. So at the 30-yard line, Orange Vista will set up offense. They have about under 3 minutes to go to try and add to this 10-0 lead here before the first half comes to a close. And what a job by the Rialto defense coming up with turnovers, even the special teams, Tim.
That punt returner had made a bad choice. Was never on balance to receive it. Just panicked. But Orange Vista being opportunistic. There's that out route.
Funches throwing to the out route. This time he hits number 11, Malik Jones, on the out route, and a pickup of a few yards. We'll set up 2nd and 6, or actually that's more than a few yards. Actually a good pickup there, 2nd and 3.
You see Orange Vista going no huddle. They might be setting up their 2-minute offense, running more sideline routes, stop the clock.
And on that punt that was muffed, the ball kind of landed right in front of the returner, and he tried to dive and catch it. Woods gets nothing, as they call his name, down the center of the defense. Maybe lost a yard. 2nd and 4, or 3rd and 4, that is. 2.5 to go in the first half.
One of Coach Zolmalt's hallmarks when he was offensive coordinator at Citrus Hill was his time management at the end of quarters. And the players having the discipline to run the right plays.
And you know they're working the 2-minute drill in practice quite frequently. Trips to the left, Funches will throw that out route. He has his receiver, and it's in and out of the hands of number 12, Keshawn Reynolds, the junior wide receiver and DB.
Good route, good throw. He just took his eyes off, tried to make his plan for the end zone.
Heard footsteps. Sometimes you just think a little too far ahead.
I wonder if Jeff Gorham ever made it into the end zone as a high school player.
We'll have to ask him when we talk to him at halftime.
Maybe as a punter.
Yeah, well, we know that he had to have been a better punter than you, Tim.
I'll give him that, yes.
4th and 4, Lopez on for the 3rd punt of the night, and he's punted twice from his own end. First time was in the end zone, and now he's standing at his own 29-yard line. That punt is actually a pretty good punt. It's a spiral that's going to land at about the 40, taking Orange Vista roll down to about the 31. Woods is there to down it, and a much better punt from Lopez, flipping the field on Rialto, and the night offense takes over at the 31-yard line. Just under 2 minutes to go.
So dare we say we saw Orange Vista's first 2-minute offense?
The first 2-minute offense in school history.
Didn't quite achieve what they set out to, but the plays were there. Just that one drop pass hurt them, because that would have been a first down.
They had the space, and they had the open receivers.
Correct call.
Orange Vista leading 10-0. It would be really nice for the Knights if they could get on the board before halftime, and that would obviously make you feel a lot better as a coach going into the locker room.
Let's see if they stay with Hammer in the middle like they did that last drive.
We know Gonzalez can throw. We've seen his arm. I don't know that he's completed a pass yet today, but he's found some receivers, and he has completed one. So here's Gonzalez with the eye back behind him and trips to his right as Rialto's moving right to left. Gonzalez with the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle and met in the backfield, but breaking out of a tackle and picking up a couple yards. Great job of making something out of nothing for the running back, Leo Torres.
The defender that met him in the backfield should have wrapped him up, had a chance to really make a big play, let him out.
In on the play again was the guy whose name we've called a lot, Ethan Saunders.
Ethan Saunders has played with a lot of energy, a lot of discipline, and he's going to be fun to watch these next couple years.
It's definitely a guy it seems like Greg Zomalt will be leaning on as a leader going forward. 2nd and 6 now for Rialto. 2 receivers to each side of Gonzalez. They'll motion man across looking for the jet sweep. Instead, they'll pass. Gonzalez has an open receiver. That there were 2 receivers in the area. Looks like a miscommunication on the route running. The ball goes over their heads and falls incomplete and rolls aimlessly out of bounds.
There might have been something on that play because the slot receiver had broken. The safety was defending, but he was defending the other receiver, the wide out, and that confusion helped Orange Vista. Something might have came out of that.
Doesn't get much better than that as a defensive back to have 2 receivers come into your area and pretty much cover themselves.
You can shake both their hands.
So Jalen Moore is pretty appreciative on that play. 3rd and 6 here for Rialto. We got about coming up on a minute left in this first half. 10-0. Orange Vista leading in their first varsity game.
Not seeing that same sense of urgency on the Rialto side as far as getting plays off.
Trips to the left. Gonzalez on the low snap. He's going to roll out. He's got space to run. He will tuck it. He's going to pick up the first down and more. He's out across midfield, and a great tackle was made by number 9. A flag is thrown. Juan Gonzalez with the tackle, and maybe a block in the back against Rialto based on where that flag was thrown.
Number 17, Joseph Hinson for Orange Vista had a great opportunity to come up with a big play for a loss, but took a bad angle.
And based on where the chains are moving, it looks like this will be against Rialto. But again, Tyler Gonzalez showing off that he has the ability to make something happen on the ground.
Their most successful plays have been his scrambles by far. And he has shown some missability.
Absolutely, as he made a couple people miss on that last play.
For lack of a better word. We might have just created a new word.
You've just coined a new phrase.
So
a Tim
first.
Hatchism. And on a night of firsts, we create a new word.
That's going to hurt.
And the referees are marching. Looks like it's going to be a personal foul on Rialto going all the way back. The ball will be spotted now at the 27-yard line. This will be a nice long 3rd and 13. And this is not how you want your 2-minute offense to go with a minute left.
Rialto feeling good after Tyler's scramble and have to go all the way back and take a loss.
We've talked about the discipline on the Orange Vista side, a little bit of undiscipline on the Rialto side.
Lack thereof.
Lack thereof as they get the penalty. So
there's the
here's
slant.
the snap. Gonzalez throws behind his receiver, incomplete, and great coverage by the Orange Vista.
Again, 2 receivers in the same area. They might have been trying to run a little screen play, but they were still too close. It looked like he was trying to hit the slant. The first guy threw, but the second guy was open. But still very good coverage by the DBs.
And you called it early on in the game. You said Rialto didn't look like they had their sets together. And still here late in the first half, we're seeing a little bit of miscommunication. So while that 2-minute offense for Orange Vista may not have gone exactly how Coach Zomalt wanted it to the first time around, Rialto setting up to punt on 4th down here, and Orange Vista with 57 seconds left has another shot at the end zone to extend that 10-0 lead. Again, great penetration on the punt coverage for Orange Vista. As the punt goes all the way to the 25-yard line, there's a flag deep in the backfield, and I think this one is going to go against number 7, Jamier Walsh, who was injured earlier for a late hit on the punter, so a gift given to Rialto.
Yeah, he took a bad angle, on his rush to the kicker, and the kicker played it very well. Some good acting skills there.
Maybe an Academy Award.
The Pep Fernandez School of Acting, which offers classes sometime in the year 2023-24.
Yeah, does Inland Sports have an award for that one? Maybe the Fandom House Studio Best Studio Actor. We'll have to talk to Pep about that one when
I know he did make some contact, but he brushed him, and he went down like he got shot by a rifle.
So a gift
I believe
for
it's automatic
Rialto.
first down.
They'll move up to the 42-yard line. 46 seconds left. They still trail 10-0. Looks like the Orange Vista cheerleaders are getting ready for the first halftime performance in school history.
Now the defensive backs here, their job is to keep everything in front of them. They don't want to let anybody cross their face or get behind them.
Trips to Gonzalez's left. He's a 5'10", 165 senior leading this offense. He's going to air it out with a prayer down the right sideline. He had a receiver, and flags fly. Looks like there's a little too much contact on the far side. Number 22 in coverage, Isaiah Jones.
Now earlier we talked about Cameron Wilson and what a nice job he did of walling the receiver off. This time the receiver got behind
Isaiah Jones.
He got behind him. He created a little space, and that space allowed him to get the freedom, which caused the penalty too.
And Rialto making a move up the field, but all on Orange Vista penalties so far with 40 seconds left in this first half. I don't know if this is the way you want to end it, the first half, at least for Orange Vista, as they have played so well. And these penalties just aren't a good indication of how they've played.
No disrespect to Rialto's offense, but the longest plays have been the penalties called against Orange Vista.
That's true. The ball moves into Orange Vista territory at the 48-yard line. Trips to Gonzalez's left. Tyler Gonzalez showing off the arm on that last play. He threw for 5 touchdown passes last year, which may not sound like much, but Rialto didn't score a whole lot last year, so he picked up a good percentage of their touchdowns with his arm. And that snap is low. Gonzalez has to fall on it. The clock is running. He will move the Rialto offense back into their own territory at the 48-yard line. Timeout, Rialto. We will have 2nd and 18 when we come back from this timeout. Don't forget the Inland Sports Show presented by Spoiled. Good quality oil change, Kansas Sporting Goods. Tim Hatch rocking the
Spoiled
Ken
oil.
stuff
They
right
do
now.
spoil you. I am a valued customer. I get the mint on my dash. That they're either trying to tell me something or they take care of their customers that way. My wife went there and they put a flower on her dash.
There you go.
Spoiled oil. I've been a loyal customer for years. They do a great job.
Also brought to you by Boost Performance Training. Hit up Coach Ray Bass and his team. And Phantom House Studio, bringing the best sport edits to the Inland Empire. Half a minute to go in the first half. Tim Hatch and Cullen Holt have the call. We've got Jeff Gorham standing down on the sidelines. Stay with us for our halftime report and the second half of the first varsity game in Orange Vista history. Trips to Gonzalez's left as both teams jog back on the sidelines, and take a look at how deep the Orange Vista defensive backs are playing, Tim.
They want to make sure that nobody gets behind him, especially the safety. Earlier, he was only about 10 yards back. Now he's a good 20. They're still in. No, they've gone to some zone coverage now.
William Gamble, the deep safety, and Gonzalez scrambling. He's going to throw it. He's got a receiver
Got a
downfield.
man.
And the pass is completed down inside the 20-yard line. So a big play for Rialto, and it looks like their offense might have come to life.
And what Orange Vista will look at on that film, there was 2 defensive backs there. Both of them watched the ball. They both lost sight of the receiver.
So a little bit of a defensive breakdown. Rialto now hurrying up to the line, and now a timeout called by Greg Zomalt. And Orange Vista wants to talk this thing over, make sure their defense is ready to go to keep this a shutout going into halftime.
So let's go over those rules again for the defensive backs. Keep your man in front of you. Nobody gets deep. That's for the safety. And you had the safety and a corner there, and the receiver just kind of split them because they both were focused on the ball and not where he was, which is one of the dangers from playing a zone defense. If you can get into a seam, there's holes for it.
Good news for Rialto. In week 0, all the San Andreas League teams that played lost. So a little bit of a good sign for Rialto.
It's a tight race.
Hopefully this becomes a tight race. As Rialto trying to finish anywhere but last, which is where they've finished for the last 3 years straight. Their last winning season and their last playoff appearance was in 2013 under head coach Gavin Pachot.
Coach Mitchell has them playing very hard. They're having a little trouble offensively, but again, that looks to be some inexperience. Maybe the new offense being run, but they're hitting hard and they're playing hard.
The deficit is just 10 here. 24 seconds left. The snap is from the 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Rialto. The offensive lineman making an adjustment, and that snap is on the ground. Going back and diving on it is Tyler Gonzalez. That moves Rialto all the way back to the 32-yard line. The clock continues to tick here. And
Second
now
bad
Rialto
snap.
going to have to call a timeout.
Second bad snap this drive that cost them.
And Tyler Gonzalez has shown that he can make stuff happen if he can get the ball in his hands, but not too good in the center to quarterback exchange.
The operative term would be in his hands. Those two snaps were at his feet. He caught him on the bounce. Tough to handle with defense closing on you and make a play, catching the ball in the bounce.
Rialto looking to get into the end zone or maybe put some points on the boards for the first time tonight as they trail 10-0.
Coach Zolmal has a pretty keen offensive mind. Did you know a couple of the people that he uses as mentors would be Steve Mariucci? Steve Mariucci was one of his coaches.
The one
at
and
Cal.
only.
Yes. And also Rod Marinelli.
Talk about some big names that Greg Zolmont looks up to and has worked with.
Now, coming from Detroit, being born and raised, those two names mean something as football coaches in the Lions.
Right.
One was okay, the other 0-16. We will never live that down as Lions fans. That will be a mark that will live in infamy.
That will go down in history just like this game, Orange Vista's first varsity game.
Many
We
historic
can't
things happen.
stress it enough. Tim Hatch created a new word just a little bit ago.
Missability.
Missability.
Ooh.
And that snap is on the ground again. Gonzalez in trouble. He's going to tuck it and run. And he gets out of a couple
Missability,
tackles.
there it is.
He's got room to run on the far side. Now flags fly as he picks up about 5-yard lines. Rialto seems pumped up about that run, and now there's an Orange Vista player down.
A huge hit on the defender that was trailing the play, but it looks like he didn't get his head in front of the defender, got behind him, which will make it an illegal block.
This doesn't look good for the Orange Vista player on the far sideline.
They used to call those plays decleaters.
A big collision about the 25-yard line on that far sideline. Today's game is brought to you by Larson Orthodontics. Dr. Larson is Riverside's elite Invisalign provider. At Larson Orthodontics, you are more than just a patient. You're a member of their Smile family. Dr. Mark Larson and his team deliver quality care that will gently and efficiently move your teeth into proper alignment. Your new smile will be one you will love for a lifetime. Larson Orthodontics. Rapid Care Enterprises Urgent Care Services is a proud sponsor of Orange Vista football. When you're not feeling good, stop by the new Urgent Care in Paris. Walk-ins are welcomed, and over the phone, check-in is available. Give the office a call at 951-490-4910. That's 951-490-4910. Let them help you get to a healthier and happier you. Rapid Care Enterprises. The Orange Vista player on that far sideline is still on the ground. We've got just 10 seconds to go before halftime. Orange Vista leading 10-0. If you're just joining us, this is their first varsity game. Tim Hatch and Cullen Holt here on the call. Jeff Gorham on the sideline. Pep Fernandez, the executive producer, running the boards for us.
You know, as the game started out at the very beginning, you saw some nerves, some penalties just based on some excitement. Then things kind of cleaned up. And we had a very nice end of the first, middle of the second quarter. Then as we come to the close of the second quarter, things are getting a little sloppy again.
Check out Inland Sports on social media. We are all over the place. You can follow Inland Sports on Twitter. You can follow them on Instagram as well as Facebook if you still do Facebook. Check out our YouTube channel, Inland Sports, your local sports leader. Hit the subscribe button, please. If you're watching this game right now, or at least listening to this game, you obviously have seen our Inland Sports YouTube channel. And hit the subscribe button. Check out some of the other stuff we've got going on our channel. We've got
I follow him on Instagram.
And Tim Hatch, look at how hip Tim Hatch is. Following on my Inland Sports on Instagram is the player on the far side, number 7, Jamier Walsh, is able to get up, and he was the one that was shaken up a little bit earlier, and the training staff had to attend to him, so maybe kind of a nagging injury. He's walking off the field, and the training staff will continue to check him out, but we're ready to get back underway. The last play was a Tyler Gonzalez scramble. Not sure where they'll spot the ball. It looks like they're going to put it at the 45-yard line. Not sure if maybe the penalty will go against Rialto, as it will.
So those pursuing defenders are fair game to any offensive guy who's still in the neighborhood. And if they're that focused on the ball carrier, man, you see what happened on that play.
Absolutely. Not necessarily a cheap shot, but a good shot.
Yes, it's a good block. But his head did get behind him, which is the reason it's an illegal block.
And the clock is running here. Rialto's going to have to get the snap off. Trips to the left side, and the snap is off. So they're going to throw a Hail Mary deep downfield. Orange Vista is there to break it up. So great deep coverage by the Coyotes. That's the end of the first half of Orange Vista football ever. History being made. It's 10-0 Orange Vista. Tim Hatch, our color analyst. I'm Cullen Holt, and now Jeff Gorham will bring us a halftime update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, I am here with the first halftime here in the history of Orange Vista High School. Let's just talk about a couple things here. Let's look at the talent pool of this area. You have Rancho Verde, Citrus Hill, and now Orange Vista. These guys don't have any seniors in their program, and you have the dominant programs of Citrus Hill and Rancho Verde. But you look at the poise, you look at the tremendous upside of this program, they're going to be good, and they're going to take some of that talent pool because Coach Zomalt has this program going in the right direction. So it's a really nice thing to see going into the second half, 10-0. The first lead, the inaugural game here at Rancho Verde Stadium, and Orange Vista looking good so far.
Tim Hatch, your thoughts maybe on the first half there of Orange Vista football? Just a quick recap.
I think both coaches have to be happy with where they're at. Not expecting too much in the first game. They both made adjustments. They both had positive results out of the adjustments. The things that they're missing right now, the precision, the 2-minute drill, things like that, drop passes, penalties, a little much, a little more discipline they'd be happy with. But as far as Coach Zomalt, 10-0 lead, got to have that. And Rialto's still in the shooting match. They're still in the game. So I think both coaches would walk away from this pretty pleased.
Orange Vista leading 10-0 here at halftime from Rancho Verde High School as the Orange Vista cheer team gets ready for the first halftime performance in their history. Tim Hatch caught up with Orange Vista head coach Greg Zomalt earlier this week. Let's take a listen to that.
So this is Tim Hatch. I'm with Coach Zomalt, who I've known for 13 years. Professionally, and saw him play in high school back in the day. He was an amazing football player at Canyon Springs High. Unfortunately, I saw him lose to Norco on the last second play back in the day, but that's neither here nor there. But Coach Zomalt, this is your first varsity game, first home game. How you feeling?
I feel really excited, man. The excitement around campus is really high. We got a lot of support. Of course, there's a little anxiety behind being the first varsity game, and our kids got a little bit of anxiety, but they're excited and they're pumped and they're ready to go, and it should be a good game for us.
All right, then this will be your first year in the league, temporary league for 1 year, and then you make the big move next year. What's your goals for this season?
Our goals for this season, they don't change a whole lot from year to year. I think the first deal for us is we just got to continue to get better, and our kids have to see that it's a constant preparation, it's a constant improvement that we have to kind of work towards throughout the season. We do have a goal to win games, of course. That's always the one of the main goals, and then also to do well enough in league to make the playoffs. We're in Division 13, so if we make the playoffs, we should have an opportunity to kind of move on in the playoffs, but that's one of our main goals also.
Outstanding. And then lastly, your brother Eric and yourself, who again I've known for about 13 years, have been successful at every level that you've played and participated in football, and yet are still amazingly humble and really approachable men and coaches. Is there any one person you would attribute that to?
I would attribute it to my mom. She's very confident, but at the same time, she taught us as kids not to believe that somehow you're better than someone else because you succeed. She's always pushed us to succeed, but at the same time, remember where you come from. We're not kids that come from I guess the greatest, most privileged background. I was born and raised in Compton, so we just kind of grew up with that humbling experience. And and I'd also say my brother, for me, teaches me a lot. We've been together for now 45 years. He just turned 45 a few weeks ago. He probably doesn't want me to tell you that. So he's been my brother for 45 years, and even though I'm the older brother, I've always kind of looked up to him as an example, and I believe he does the same for me. And so we've taught a lot. We've taught each other a lot, as well as with my mom.
That's awesome. And thank you for your time. And good luck this Saturday. We'll see you on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Coach. I really appreciate you, Coach.
All right. See you later. So this is.
Thank you for that, Tim. Great interview with Orange Vista head coach Greg Zomalt. And we have just had quite the week 0 here as high school football gets kicked off in the Inland Empire. Let's just take a quick trip around the Inland area and check out the scores from the Inland Sports coverage area. Cajon defeated Paloma Valley 44-34 in what many people said was the best game of the week. Redlands defeated Palm Springs 14-6. Derek Dial getting his first win as head coach with the Terriers at the long blue line. Los Osos defeated Carter 28-6. Aquinas knocking off Big Bear. Notre Dame 24, Xavier Prep 21. And Linfield Christian fell to New Westminster BC 22-9. Arrowhead Christian Academy getting off to a hot start against Southland Christian 40-0. Citrus Valley defeated and blanked San Gorgonio 38-0.
Citrus Valley's that league is a tough league, top to bottom. Great football league. Good win for them.
Eisenhower defeated a very good Talkeets team 27-20, or Talkwitz. Ramona beat Indian Springs 28-13. Fontana beat Arroyo Valley 34-12. Rim fell to Maranatha by a final score of 34-7. San Bernardino on the Riverside TV game was shut out by La Sierra, final 31-0. Temescal Canyon ran all over Vista del Lago, putting up 63 points.
Incredibly high scores.
Pacific looked really good against Tarupa Valley, 44-0. Hemet defeated Banning, 42-14. Hillcrest 34, Harupa Hills 15. Etawana 43, Summit 24. Chaffee and Grand Terrace went at it. Grand Terrace came out the victor 30-16. Centennial ran all over Pittsburgh 63-21. Valley View defeated Corona 47-35. We'll pick up where we left off when we come back from a quick trip down to the sidelines with Jeff Gorham. Jeff Gorham, who are you with over there?
I am with the Citrus Hill head coach, Eric Zomalt, brother of Greg Zomalt. Hey, what's it like out here seeing your brother coach his first game?
It's awesome, man. It's exciting. His kids are playing hard and playing well for a group of no seniors. Man, they're doing a great job.
Well, now you guys played last night.
Yeah.
Now were you up at Barstow?
All the way out in Barstow, yeah.
So how did you guys do out there?
Actually, the kids came out and we played well. For our first live look, and so they did a good job.
Now, what were some of the things you saw here in the first half that maybe we can take back to our audience?
The energy that these young guys are playing with, they're playing with some passion, and they're physical and athletic too. So it hadn't been as sloppy of a game as you might imagine with a group of with no seniors and first varsity game and some nerves. They played a pretty clean game.
Yeah, first series was a little sloppy. Then they got going.
Yeah.
They got their rhythm going. But hey, we were talking about the talent pool in this area. You have Citrus Hill, you got Rancho Verde, and now Orange Vista.
Yeah.
They're going to be a team to reckon with here in a couple of years with no seniors.
Yes, definitely. They've got some young talent, and my brother will do a great job developing it. And I'm excited to see the process.
Okay, my next question is: your mom comes to most of these games, correct?
Yes.
Now, if you play in the same nights, where's she going to go?
Thank you.
Is she going to flip a coin?
Honestly, it'll probably be us in our game, just because her grandson.
That's right.
Are on my team, so I think that's be the final decision maker.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Got it.
All right, guys, that's Eric Zomalt, coach of Citrus Hill, and Tim Hatch up there.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it. Picking up where we left off, Rancho Verde defeated Redondo Union 45-27. Servite defeated Norco 35-21. Santiago, did I do it right, Pep? Defeated Murrieta Valley in a shocker 30-28 on a last-second touchdown pass.
I think Murrieta Valley is one of the two best teams in the area. So kudos for Santiago for pulling off the upset. Great win.
Tate Giles catching that game-winning touchdown pass. Guess what? He's also the Inland Sports Marines Athlete of the Week. We announced that on the show earlier today. It's on Twitter, so go check that out. Give it a like, give it a retweet, and make sure we spread the words about the Marines Athlete of the Week, which we'll be doing every week on the Inland Sports Show. Vista Marietta going to Colquitt County in Georgia. They fell 7-26. Rancho Cucamonga defeated Chaparral 49-14. Marietta Mesa with a great start to the season. They go out to Rancho Christian, the Division 13 champions. We are broadcasting a Division 13 game right here, and Marietta Mesa jumps all over them 48-0.
Mesa's in a tough spot just because of the league itself. I mean, going up against Vista and Marietta Valley every year, they've got to improve. Just raise their level. So it's a great win for them.
Heritage shutting out Great Oak 42-0.
Heritage is going to be a force to be reckoned with again.
Lakeside blows out Adelanto 23-0. Elsinore beating Hesperia 21-7. We'll have Hesperia's game against Summit next week. Shadow Hills jumped on West Valley 46-7. Temecula Valley fell to San Jacinto in a low-scoring one, 6-2.
How many innings did that go?
How many innings did that go? I don't know. I believe there was a
I think both
two-hit
starters
game.
finished. They hit the 100-pitch limit.
They can't pitch in the next game when week
That's right.
one.
That's a good win for San Jacinto, though.
That is. Hemet defeats Banning 42-14. Citrus Hill 56. Barstow 24. Rancho Mirage 13. Beaumont 7. On Thursday, the game we had live on the Inland Sports Internet Radio, Claremont defeated Norte Vista 34-28. Arlington also on that night with a 42-20 win over Paris, and Kaiser fell to Glendora 42-20. The Inland Sports Show thanks all of its sponsors. Spoiled quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service and great prices. Check them out off of Alessandro Boulevard. Spoiled, a huge thank to Bill Navigato and his team at Spoiled, who are dedicated to local sports in the Inland Empire. Ken's Sporting Goods. Ken's Sporting Goods has more than 40 years in the Inland Empire and still dominating. Tim Hatch gets his stuff from there. They take care of all your sports gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets. They even helped the La Sierra Eagles design a new logo and produce new uniforms. Check out kensportinggoods.com. Ask for Adam Minoski, the team sales rep. He will take care of you. Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels need to check out Boost Performance Training in Corona. Coach Ray Bass and his team bring experience, passion, and commitment to grooming great athletes. They train athletes in all sports: football, baseball, track, lacrosse, you name it. I saw they were out there training some cricket athletes. They do it all. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com.
I wonder if they take older athletes who are past their prime, like Jeff on the sideline. He's looking svelte. He's looking kind of svelte because of the polo. But I'm thinking he might need some training to get up and down that sideline.
Jeff needs to get back to his days when he was living next to Greg Zomalt at Cal.
Yes, he was about a third of the person he is now.
So he should check out boosttrainingsystems.com.
But
check
I have
them
no
out
room
in
to
Corona.
talk because I'm wearing the Elastabelt pants myself. That's what happens when you hit middle age.
Phantom House Studios. Get that great sports edit for the athlete in your life. Maybe senior pictures, maybe wedding pictures. Check out phantomhousestudios.com. Tim Hatch on the call. I'm Cullen Holt. We've got Jeff Gorham down on the sidelines. We've got Pep Fernandez running the board for us tonight on Inland Sports Radio. We got about 3.5 minutes left till we kick off the second half in Orange Vista history. We'll take this moment to thank the presenters of tonight's game, Larson Orthodontics. At Larson Orthodontics, you're more than just a patient. You're a member of their Smile family. Dr. Mark Larson and his team deliver quality care that will gently and efficiently move your teeth into proper alignment. Your new smile will be the one you love for a lifetime. Rapid Care Enterprises as well. Urgent Care Services, they're a proud sponsor of the Orange Vista football team. When you're not feeling good, stop by the new Urgent Care in Paris, located at 26 Avocado Avenue. Tuesdays to Fridays, they're open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. On Mondays, they're open 9 to 9. Walk-ins are welcome. You can check in over the phone as well and give them a call, 951-490-4910. Let them help you get to a healthier, skinnier Jeff Gorham and happier you. Don't forget to watch the Inland Sports Show every Saturday, 11 a.m. on IE Fox Sports 1350. Pep Fernandez hosts. We have all sorts of great guests, and we'll break everything down in the football world. Sports Weekly live every Friday on the IEMG YouTube channel, 11 p.m. every week. Riverside TV broadcasting games every week. Our friend Ghazal Hassan and the Riverside TV crew taking care of you guys for Friday night Riverside football action. Check them out. Next week, they'll be doing the Hillcrest Notre Dame game. So do tune into that one. Hit subscribe on their YouTube channel as well. Check Inland Sports out on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us and check us out. The next game we'll be doing on Inland Sports Radio will be Thursday. Hesperia will be taking on Summit. And you can listen to that one on our YouTube channel.
Now, as we head into the second half, I think it's pretty important that Rialto kind of builds on what they started to do offensively. For them, stopping all the penetration on the edge from Orange Vista, you've got to find an answer to that. And Orange Vista needs to just ease up a little bit, on the tension as far as the discipline side, the excitement. They should be in the flow by now. So minor adjustments from the Orange Vista side, and Rialto, just a couple little tweaks to their blocking schemes. Should be good to go. Should be a fun half of football.
If you remember correctly, at the end of the first half, Rialto had a great drive, but it was cut short due to the time running out on them. They did get that last play off for the Hail Mary.
Now that they came off, that was where the player was injured, right? So it was basically a timeout.
Right.
And to come out of that and not be able to get a play off, that's not a good thing from both coaches, players, anybody involved, because you got to take advantage of that time you have to have a play set up. So again, first game, we'll attribute it to that and lack of repetitions. So as a coach, you look back at this and you say, well, memo to self, need to work on this. Memo to self, emphasize this at practice. So a lot of that's going on right now is they're figuring out what they need to work on in the upcoming week.
Jeff Gorham is on the sidelines, looking to get an interview with the Orange Vista head coach, Greg Zomalt. When he gets that, we'll send you down there and get an exclusive halftime update. The scorer of the lone touchdown in the game.
The first sign ran through.
The first sign run through of the game there, coming out for the second half. Orange Vista making history.
They did an excellent job of running through it.
They did a great job. They look really good in those orange uniforms, by the way.
That Texas burnt orange is really popping with the numbers like that.
And it looks like Jeff Gorham caught up with Greg Zomalt on the sidelines. Jeff.
Hey, Coach, congratulations so far. A good first half for you. What did you go tell your team at halftime?
At halftime, I told them I really like the aggression. I think we're the aggressors right now. We just got a lot of mistakes that we need to clean up. None of our kids have played JV yet, so it's just a time for them to just grow and learn from every single snap. And that's what I talked about at halftime. I'm really pleased with how aggressive they're playing.
Well, your brother's here supporting you. Yep. We're all here supporting you.
Yep.
You're looking good here in your first inaugural game, and good luck the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Great
there
job.
You go. That's Coach Greg Zomalt.
Great
on
job.
The first interview of the first game here at Orange Vista.
First live interview of Greg Zomalt's career at Orange Vista. Great job as always, Jeff. We appreciate it. It's 10-0 Orange Vista. If you're just joining us for the second half here, Orange Vista and Rialto both on the field stretching out to get this second half going. Orange Vista will receive the kickoff. The lone touchdown of the game came from Woods with the rushing touchdown. Lopez also kicked the field goal and an extra point, so he has 4 points on the day as the kicker.
So now right now at halftime, on the Orange Vista side, Coach Zomalt went in and said, look, fellas, chill, relax. We're there. We're doing a good job. Just don't get overexcited. They got to find that level of excitement that's where they're not making mental mistakes. So I know he just kind of tightened them up a little bit. They didn't make too many mental errors. Maybe the DBs letting guys get inside of them on a couple cuts. But, again, something reinforced at halftime. I think Rialto at halftime, they got to be pretty excited to be within 10 points of the game at halftime. And the offense clicking under Tony Gonzalez. And if they could clean up those snaps, they'd be in a little better position right now.
Head coach Greg Zomalt, formerly the offensive coordinator at Citrus Hill. In the last season that he was there in 2015, they won the 2015 2AA state title.
Yes, it was quite a thrilling moment. The school's first state championship at any level in any sport. And as the year started out, they were running a spread offense, and they figured out it wasn't working. So they pulled back and went to a power offense with a running game, and they were throwing 2 passes a game. So Coach Zomalt, as you can see, is an architect of a very pass-happy offense and very modern offense. But he figured out what would be best for the team. They rode that all the way to the end, state championship. It's crazy.
So we know Zomalt knows how to adjust well offensively, but They've been doing okay in this first game with the spread offense, that no-huddle look that they've been using.
Coach Zolmont was a 4-year starter at Cal, by the way. Team captain his senior year. If you ever get a chance to head up to Strawberry Canyon, they built a new stadium a couple years ago. I had the pleasure of running the men's basketball camps for 3 weeks every summer for about 6 years, and I got to hang out in Berkeley and go up to the Bay Area. The coaches gave me their Giants tickets, so it's a lot of fun up there. I tried to leave my son in jail up there, the island. What's the prison?
Did it work?
No, he found me.
Alcatraz,
Yeah,
the Rock.
He tried to leave me on Alcatraz, but he found me on the way out. So, Zach, if you're listening, sorry, buddy.
Hopefully he is listening to the first Orange Vista game, varsity game that is in their history. Rialto.
And the fans are sort of on their feet.
And
they might not be sure what to do.
The fans not sure what to do. This is the first time they have a varsity game at their school, but there are a lot of them here, and how awesome to see that in the first game for this team. Rialto last season, they finished 1-10. Their one win was against Bloomington. And this year they're looking to hopefully improve on that.
Here we go. The announcement was made to stand up, so they're up on their feet, ready to roll. I just really love the way their defense is flying to the ball, excited and energetic. And let's see if their kick return team has that same energy.
Rialto will kick it away. Orange Vista, when they come back on offense, will move right to left on your radio dial. Here's the kick. This one's going to land at about the 20. It's fielded by number 22 for Orange Vista. Running it back to the 30, 31, 32. Around there, he finally gets brought down, as that was Isaiah Jones, the defensive back, on the return, and that's where Orange Vista.
He did a nice job waiting for that wall to form in front of him. It's hard for a young kick returner to wait for the wall. They always want to panic and run up the sideline, which is danger because there's defenders there.
Great patience from the youngster. Greg Zomal addressing his offense before they go out there for the second half here. With a 10-0 lead, the Coyotes looking to add to that here with 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Trips to the far side. Anthony Funchess keeping it himself to the near sideline. He picks up a good chunk of yardage, 1st down and more out near midfield. He'll be spotted at the 49-yard line, and a 1st down for the Coyotes.
Quick feet by Mr. Funchess as he hit the outside there.
Anthony Funchess showing off that Tyler Gonzalez isn't the only one who can run from the shotgun. Gonzalez with Woods in the backfield with him. He's got 3 receivers to his right.
Rialto moved it up in some press coverage there.
And now lofting one down the left sideline, a diving effort for Malik Jones on the near sideline, going to the left, and the pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up on the 48-yard line.
Too much air under that one. There's the right read, correct read on man coverage. If they move up to press the receiver, that's an automatic to go over the top to him.
Again, trips to the far side, out to Funchess' right. Woods to the left of Funchess, the hard count. Rialto does not go. Now Orange Vista will call the audible. Trying to get a free 5-yard pass. Funchess will throw. This one's out in the flats to number 12. A nice cutback, breaking out of a tackle, staying on his feet. Picking up at about 4 was number 12, Keyshawn Reynolds. First time we've seen him touch the ball tonight.
He did a nice job squaring his shoulders up, make the first guy miss, pick up a couple extra yards.
Now Orange Vista scrambling around to get in a different formation. The ball's on the far hash now. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Orange Vista. 11 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Trips to Funchess' left. He's got Woods on the opposite side. About a step back from him. Here's the snap. Funchess with the read option. The pitch is to Woods. Woods makes a spin move, gets out of a tackle, but he's hit hard. The ball comes out. Funchess going back to grab it. Rialto picks it up and now running with it to the 30, 20. Rialto on the fumble recovery. 10, 5, touchdown Knights, but there's a flag on the field. Rialto is fired up. We'll see if it stands. That could be the first points of the day for the Knights.
Funches did a great job of the spin move and avoiding tackle, but he hung the ball out there. A helmet hit the ball, pops it out. Number 55 better be careful. If he takes his helmet off on the field, that's an automatic ejection.
Number 55 was real fired up, and he took his helmet off. Looks like the
I don't know if
referee's
the
going to let
official
it
saw
slide.
it.
We're still waiting on the official signal on the flag. Rialto recovered the ball and went all the way to the end zone, but we're not sure if it stands. The scoreboard still reads 10-0 Orange Vista with 10.5 to go in the third quarter. Here's the referee's signal. Holding against the Rialto defense, maybe. Oh, it will be holding against the Rialto defense on the return, which means the Knights will get the ball at the 37-yard line of Orange Vista. So they do get the fumble recovery, not the touchdown, but a big play for Rialto, maybe hopefully sparking a run for them.
So that's why number 55 was so upset. The official was right on top of him, and he must have seen it right there. Got to keep your hand out of the cookie jar when they're looking. We'll see how big that is if it costs them a touchdown later today or tonight.
Sometimes it's best just to leave well enough alone when you got somebody running to the end zone.
That's a hard thing. Yeah, if you have someone in front of you and you see the runner getting away, the discipline to not try and block and help them.
First down from the Orange Vista 37-yard line. Rialto has the ball on the fumble, recovered by the Knights.
They're staying with the spread set.
As Woods was the one that lost the ball for Orange Vista on a hard hit running around the outside. And now Gonzalez keeping it himself and dragging him down from behind. Who else but Ethan Saunders with penetration again?
I thought at first that he had lost his contain because it looked like Gonzalez was going to get outside of him. But nice job. Got some pretty long arms and some strength to hold on to him and not let him get outside.
Second down from the 41-yard line. Second and 14 it'll be. Trips to the right side. Rialto has to watch out, make sure they don't have two receivers on the line. They cover up a receiver, maybe make him ineligible, but they got that figured out. Trips to the near side. Rialto moving left to right. Bad snap again. Gonzalez going back to get it. Will he dive on it? Yes, he will, but he's all the way back at his own 38-yard line.
It just seems every time they make an offensive play that creates some kind of spark or something that happens that gives them a spark, they get a bad snap or a drop snap, or that one was very hurtful.
And now second, and let's count it out here, Hatch.
They need to get to the 27.
So they need to get to the 27 from the 38-yard line. Math wizards. I mean, this is a STEAM school. There has to be somebody in the crowd that can do this math for us.
15, 38. So it's 38 yards.
38 yards. So third and 38. Tim Hatch doing the math.
That's my UCI education.
There you go. Not only a great coach, but a teacher. Tim Hatch can do it all as a broadcaster as well. And now Gonzalez is in trouble again on the next play. He scrambles, and now he's going to run, but there's all sorts of orange jerseys there to meet him and take him down. He got out to about the 35-yard line. Forward progress will mark him there, and now Rialto will likely send the punt team on. So they force the fumble. They think they've got something going. Maybe they had that fumble return that was called back, and then the bad snap backs him all the way up.
In a situation like that with some pressure coming, he can't keep running backwards. He's just got to turn it up and just go for it because that allowed the defense to catch up.
Now the punt team back on, number 13 for Rialto, back to punt it away. Returning for Orange Vista will be Juan Gonzalez. He's set up at about his own 32-yard line. And Rialto on the far side is going to press that gunner. On the near side, they're not, though. And now a timeout called by Rialto. They want to talk this thing over.
You know, we're going to have to come up with some kind of creative name for Gonzalez, like the Baker, because he always creates turnovers.
Turnovers. He creates turnovers.
Poppin' Fresh.
There you go.
Turnovers.
I like the Baker.
Yeah, Poppin' Fresh wouldn't be a very physical football name.
The pastry chef.
There you go.
The pastry chef. Juan Gonzalez, the pastry chef. First game in Orange Vista history, we can give nicknames out left and right.
We give him the first nicknames.
First nickname in Orange Vista. Well, I don't know, because on the roster, we do have Ahazarius Woody Woods.
Yep.
So maybe the second nickname in history with the pastry chef in Juan Gonzalez. He's back to return as Rialto back on the field for the punt.
Now let's see if Orange Vista can get that momentum back on their side with a good offensive series here.
Standing at his own 23-yard line is the punter for Rialto. The first down marker all the way at the opposite 27-yard line. So I highly doubt we'll see a fake punt. The punt is away. The pastry chef was back to return, but the punt will fall at about the 39 and roll all the way down to the 35, 36-yard line, and that's where the Orange Vista offense will take over. Anthony Funchess leading his guys back on the field, and Greg Zolmont seems to be a little upset about something. I wonder if it has to do with maybe what's called poison. When the punt hits the ground, you want your players to get away from it, make sure you don't touch it, and make it a live ball. 7:54 to go in the third quarter. The Coyotes lead.
And as you can see, Coach Zolmont is a passionate coach.
Absolutely.
And he's not afraid to let players know that they've blown an assignment. And, hey, that's the best way to teach it. Let them know right away. None of this coddling or everyone gets a trophy. He'll let them know.
Anthony Funchess and the Orange Vista Coyote offense back out there with a 10-0 lead. Just under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Funchess dropping back. He's got a man open, number 12, and it's through his hands. Keyshawn Reynolds had a great chance. If he catches that ball, he's all by himself going to the end zone, 2nd and 10.
As a receiver, if you'd have ran one more step, it was there. And as a receiver, it's hard sometimes to see the ball high and you want to adjust. But if you continue your route, it's right there. You don't even have to jump, and he's gone for 6.
And here's an interesting note. A lot of these guys play both ways. And as a DB, Keyshawn Reynolds maybe thinking high point the ball, which is taught to you every day in practice. Whereas as a receiver, sometimes you want to catch it in stride over the shoulder, put your pinkies together. And on that one, that's just so close. Just inches between touchdown and incomplete pass. We got 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Trips to Funchess' left. He's going to pass again. This time he's going to look left. He's got a screen down to Woods. Woods with a stiff arm gets out of a tackle and will dive forward to about the 44-yard line, 2 yards away from a first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
And that's what I like to see from Woods that time. He lowered his shoulder. He got his shoulder pads down, and he made contact and made some yards after the hit. He was the aggressor there.
And Woods, you said earlier maybe his pad level was a little high, a little hesitant going through the hole. And
makes you tiptoe if your pads are up high. And he wasn't tiptoeing there.
Looks like the coaches maybe made that halftime adjustment, and Woods with a nice run there to set up 3rd and short. Trips to Funchess' right on the far side. Orange Vista moving right to left across your radio dial, and a great job of breaking a tackle by Funchess on the quarterback keeper. He's over midfield and down to the 42-yard line in Rialto territory.
That was great patience and a great choice by Funchess, because he could have pitched to Woods and nobody would have been bothered by it, but he had patience. He kept it. It opened up for him, made a great play.
And this is not a good sign for the Orange Vista Coyotes, as Funchess lost his helmet on the play, and now he's down on the ground. The training staff attending to him. And you don't hear that often at high school games, the PA announcer asking the teams to kneel down. I think that's kind of cool. Funchess is up now. He's being walked off the field. That's
just a matter of respect towards the athlete, no matter what school they're from. And he looks like he's up and moving pretty well.
So now we're going to get a look at whoever Orange Vista's backup quarterback is. The first quarterback change in the history of Orange Vista High School. They're huddled up, and Greg Zolmalt not missing a beat. He didn't seem to be scrambling for a quarterback. They know exactly what to do, and how impressive is that for a young team?
And this is, as a backup, you better be paying attention to the game, because you never know what's going to happen.
Running out there at quarterback, Carlos Viveros. He was the holder on the first points for Orange Vista, and he's going to hand it off to Woods on the first play. Smart play call. Woods is dragging some defenders. He's got the first down.
That's more like now
forward.
Woods is running with some authority there.
And I feel like Woods has just gained confidence as the game has gone on. We're looking for Funchess on the sidelines. It looks like he's getting his calf rolled out here on the near sideline, and that is a good sign. No, doesn't look like a concussion, doesn't look like anything broken, and that's a good sign for the Coyotes. But the offense with a great play without him on the field. Viveros again in the shotgun. This time Viveros will pass, and a bit underthrown, and maybe not exactly warm.
Maybe he was throwing to the short shoulder.
Yeah, Carlos Viveros maybe trying to go back shoulder. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt as a backup quarterback. He's not warm. He comes in, and a good job of standing in there, taking the pressure and making the throw. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Viveros with trips to the far side.
I think here, go back to Woods because he's got momentum, he's got energy, he wants the ball, and let's see what he can do.
Viveros wearing number 15. He gives to Woods. Woods was dead to rights in the backfield, but he made something out of nothing and picked up a couple.
See, earlier when Woods would get to the hole, like in the first half, he was hesitant, and being upright allowed the defenders to just close on him quickly. But you can see now when he made that choice, he was down low, it was quick, boom, he made his move, it was a good read.
And I feel like it's kind of the difference between hesitation and cutback. And early in the game, it was hesitation, and on there, he's going full speed, but he makes a nice cutback and makes something out of nothing. And Viveros commanding the offense well here as he draws Rialto off sides with the fake snap count. So
maybe Orange Vista's making a statement here by being nice and clean on their offense. I don't want to jinx them, but they're looking sharp this drive.
And I can't emphasize enough how big it is for a young team in their first varsity game to put a backup quarterback in and still move the offense efficiently. And there he goes again, Viveros, the king of the hard count, draws Rialto off sides. They'll pass go, collect $100 and a first down for the Coyote offense.
You know, he didn't have to run a play. He's got to call for a snap.
And Viveros with a pretty easy life out there. I mean, do you think he lays in bed at night practicing the hard count? Said,
He's like, Mom, bring me a water.
I know. Wait, I faked you out, Mom. So inside the red zone now, Orange Vista getting the play call from the sideline. Viveros going for 3, drawing offsides in a row. This time, somebody moved early, but it was in an orange jersey, so we'll go back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 from around the 19-yard line.
Unbelievable amount of hours go into snap counts and practices and discipline and working off hard counts and sometimes a no count.
And we give a lot of credit to Viveros for the hard count, but even more credit needs to go to the offensive line for the discipline.
Yes.
When you're going on one in a no-huddle offense, and now you go to on 2 or 3 in the hard count, and the offensive line not moving an inch. And that time they did get called for a false start, and Woods taken down to the backfield on that play. It'll be 2nd and long from the 25-yard line.
Rialto's defensive line was ready for that snap count, whatever it was, because when you go no huddle, sometimes you go 3-4 plays ahead, so we'll go 1-1 and 3, or 1-1 and hard count. So they have to have the discipline to remember what play it is also. And fatigue can start being a factor too in this, because I know it's just the third quarter, but like you said, going both ways. Fatigue could be a factor in losing some of that discipline.
Viveros with Woods to his left. Viveros will pass for the 2nd time tonight. Going deep, he's got a receiver. Number 11. Oh, he made a diving attempt at the pylon. He kept his feet in bounds, but the ball bounced off his hands.
Much better throw that time. He threw it to the outside shoulder.
And good news for the Coyotes. While Viveros did a great job, he jogs off the field, gets a handshake from Greg Zomalt, recognizing that he did an excellent job of keeping his poise. And back out on the field is the starter, Anthony Funchess, and a big sigh of relief for all the Orange Vista fans here in attendance.
Okay, let's see if they can pick back up on the drive, get back the momentum.
It is 3rd and about 17, so a long way to go for the first down. They're going to be snapping the ball from the 23-yard line. Funchess with trips. They were setting up a screen on the far side. Instead, they go near side to Woods. Woods tried to break out of a tackle. He got to the first set of markers, but he'll be about 10 yards short of the first down.
Woods better be careful there. You see him hand the ball to the other team, the defender, the guy who pushed him out of bounds. He went to hand him the ball. Official can call that taunting after a play. He's got to be careful. We don't want to get an undisciplined penalty down here.
You cannot squander red zone chances in high school football. They are a rarity, and you have to cherish every single one. So Lopez, who scored the first points in Orange Vista history, back on to kick again. The long snapper, Aguilar Alejandro. The holder is number 15, Viveros, the backup quarterback. The snap was a little off, and the field goal is blocked. So Rialto comes up with a big play, and even though Orange Vista gets in the red zone, Rialto holds them to no score. It's still 10-0 with 4:36 to go in the third quarter.
So although Viveros didn't do a bad job, he kept things going. You could see the difference in the energy level from Funchess at quarterback, where anything can happen at any time on any play with his feet, with his arm. So we got to get that momentum back for Orange Vista.
Rialto looking to score their first points of the day. The offense back on the field. They will take over from their own 18 19-yard line, that is. 1st and 10 for them.
So right now, Orange Vista pitching the first shutout in school history.
Orange Vista looking to hold on to the first shutout. So at the end of the week, if the score holds, and I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but Orange Vista as a school could never have allowed a point if the result holds, and that's what the 4 minutes and 30 seconds of this quarter plus a whole nother quarter will decide.
All right, so let's see what adjustments Rialto makes.
2 receivers to each side. Gonzalez in the shotgun with a running back behind him in the I formation. 1st and 10 from his own 20. Orange Vista safety playing deep. Other than that, they're pressing. And now safety blitz for Orange Vista. They're going to go a sweep around the outside. And picking up a couple is Rialto. And that safety blitz, which we talked about right before the snap, number 9 coming down for the Orange Vista defense. Juan, the pastry chef Gonzalez, forced the running back to cut back inside.
Orange Vista did a nice job on contain on that. So as they forced him down the side, they didn't let him get the corner. So if the running back, if you keep his shoulder pads to the sideline, you were successful. But if he gets north-south with the shoulder pads, that's a bad move for defense.
Again, 2 receivers to each side for Rialto. They need to get something going offensively here and now.
Rialto just takes a long time getting into their sets.
They do go no huddle, but they are taking a little while to set up. And now swamped in the backfield by a host of orange jerseys. In on the play, as always, Ethan Saunders, as well as the free safety, Juan, the pastry chef Gonzalez.
I thought that running back could have got the outside, but maybe he knew Saunders was lurking, and he made him turn it up a little quicker than he wanted to. Boy, Saunders has played a great game today.
And Ethan Saunders, as of now, deserves the game ball. He has done a great job on the defensive line for Orange Vista, getting penetration, forcing cutbacks, making sacks and tackles, and now 3rd and 11 for Rialto from their own 19-yard line. Trips to the far side, to the left of Gonzalez. 3 receivers out there. He's going to go to the 1 receiver side on the slant. The ball was overthrown. Incomplete pass, and it's 4th down, and Rialto offense just seems like they just got the air taken out of their tires on that play.
That slant was the same one, same receiver, same DB that was successful in the first half. Number 22 did a much better job of not allowing the offensive guy to get in front of his face.
Great adjustment by Isaiah Jones, and now the punt team back on. Pastry chef back to return. He's hanging out at about midfield.
Boy, we have to come up with some kind of name for Sanders, man. Whew. The Colonel.
Ethan the Colonel Sanders. Fried chicken and tackles for loss.
There you go. Because the enemy will not penetrate that line.
The Colonel holding the front line steady. Under 3 minutes to go in frame number 3. We got a 10-0 Coyote lead, and ooh, that punt was almost blocked, but getting away is Rialto. The pastry chef will watch that one bounce. Lands at the 47. So starting in Rialto territory is the Orange Vista offense here. Anthony Funchess will run back out after he kind of had an injury scare on the last drive.
So a mark of a young team is not being able to close out a team. So when you have them on the ropes, you need to be able to run a series of plays to come up with some points. So let's see if Orange Vista can dig down and get that momentum back again with Funchess back, and get some more points and extend this lead a little bit.
You can't at all feel comfortable if you're Greg Zomont with a 10-0 lead. It's a 2-possession game at this point, and Rialto has shown flashes. At any point they could break a play wide open, and like you said, you need to add that little bit of cushion.
You saw how fast things could have turned on that fumble return.
Absolutely, and luckily there was a penalty, or at least luckily for Orange Vista, there was a penalty called on Rialto. And here's Rialto's defense just stacking the box. They'll bring the blitz. Funchess gets it off to Woods. Great recognition of the blitz, and the dump down to Woods. Woods is down the sidelines to the 30. A big collision there. A flag flies, but a great job by Anthony Funchess recognizing the blitz, throwing it to Azaharius Woods, and he picks up quite a few yards for the first down to the 30-yard line. This penalty will be on Rialto. Maybe, once again, a personal foul, Tim?
I believe, because he hit him in the head. He targeted.
So it looks like it'll be a targeting call. In the last couple of years, we've seen the referees crack down on that.
The defender left his feet, and he hit him above the shoulder pads.
CIF rules state you can't launch yourself at the head or neck area of a defenseless player. a defensive skill player. Orange Vista is lined up and ready to go. The refs have not moved the ball for the penalty, and the chains have not moved, but Orange Vista, they want to snap the ball and get in the end zone and add to this lead. 2:39 to go, third quarter.
That was a great play call in that last play because Rialto pinned their ears back, blitzed a couple guys, so they let the blitz happen, threw over the top. And again, I love the way Woods is running this half. He's not backing down from any contact, running downhill all the way.
This team is full of juniors and sophomores, and Woods doing a great job recognizing the blitz. Instead of staying to help out and chip a defender, he slips behind the blitz, a very mature move, something you really only see seniors do or really advanced juniors. And he showed himself to be an advanced junior there, catching the little screen pass out of the backfield. And now the referees will move the ball forward for the personal foul penalty that was called on that last play. The ball will be spotted at the 15-yard line inside the red zone. Go the Coyotes.
As a defensive player, if that offensive guy is bringing pain to you, that stays in their mind, and they might not be as apt to come make a tackle later on in the game.
3 receivers, wide right. And we're set to get underway. Funchess with Woods to his right. Actually, that's not Woods, that's number 11. And now throwing to the far side, he's got a receiver.
He had the receiver out there, just let him a little bit too much. That's a timing pattern that they spend a lot of time on during the week. Again, being the first game with inexperienced players. It's one of Coach Zolmalt's favorites when you get down into this area in the red zone.
Ahasuerus Woody Woods not on the field right now for Orange Vista after he was doing really great running the ball and catching the ball out of the backfield, but he's hanging out on the sideline right now getting a breather. He goes both ways. Funchess will throw again, this time left side. He had a receiver, number 11, Malik Jones, and that time.
Good route, good pass. He was running before he caught it. He had that plan made for the future.
That's the second time we've seen Jones think just a little bit ahead. He's made some good catches tonight.
Absolutely.
But shown a little youth. And now number 17, who was in the backfield, Joseph Hinson, holding the spot for Ahasuerus. Woods runs off the field, and Woods is back on the field. Good news for the Coyotes. 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Knocking on the door of the end zone with under 2.5 to go in the third frame. Blitz again from Rialto. Funchess with a quick throw. That's back to Malik Jones, and Jones in and out of the hands again in the back of the end zone.
That was a great throw. He put it right where it needed to be, away from the defender. He had a chance to catch it in stride, just didn't come up with it.
And now Malik Jones, who dove for that ball, is down by the track long jump area where the sand is. The trainer's running over there. Coach Zolmalt running over there to check on him. This is 4th down. The field goal unit back on.
I believe
Jose Lopez.
The same area of the field that they bogged down last series too. When you get a short field like this is where linemen come in size and strength and blowing open holes. And again, one of the concerns going into the season of the coaches at Orange Vista, they know their team is good. They're just physically need to mature some more also.
Jones is up and running. He looks to be limping a little bit. Kind of gingerly on that right ankle. And now the field goal unit is on. Viveris will hold. Aguilar Alejandro will snap. And Jose Lopez, who is 2 for 3 tonight on field goal attempts. He had one blocked. He made a field goal and he made an extra point. We'll head out there to try to extend this lead. It's 10-0 Coyotes right now with 2:20 in the third quarter.
Now this is the area of the field you might possibly see a fake.
It'll be 4th and 10 from the 15-yard line.
So if it doesn't work, they still have them inside the 20 in that area.
The Orange Vista special teams coach spent a little extra time talking to the field goal unit before they went out there.
Could we be seeing the first
fake punt in Orange Vista history? Viveros to hold for the lefty. Lopez got the kickoff, and that one is wide right.
It looks like they got a piece of it again.
And Rialto again with great penetration. And 2 blocked field goals for Rialto. Keeps this a 10-0 game.
What they might have to do, Orange Vista might have to extend the splits between the blockers out on the edge to turn the angle out a little wider because they're getting in there way too fast. Just an adjustment special teams coach can make.
Rialto's offense back on there. They still haven't scored a point this game, but they're within striking distance. They'll start from their own 15. They've got 85 yards to go, and they'll be led by Tyler Gonzalez. Looking ahead for Rialto, they'll play Ramona next week. Coach Mashinsky and the new look Rams, new uniforms, completely new look. They'll take them on next week in week 1 on Friday.
I believe they won last week, right?
Ramona? I believe so. Yes, they did. 3 receivers to Gonzalez's left. And another long time waiting for the snap to happen is Rialto trying to get their formation set. And Gonzalez with the play action quarterback keeper.
It was a great fake. That was a great fake.
Picks up the first down and more out to the 36-yard line.
I think about half the stadium went with the fake. I have to admit, I did too.
I know they had me for a second. Tyler Gonzalez doing what a mature quarterback would do and leave that ball in there just for a split second before pulling it, keeping it himself.
Something else to think about, Orange Vista's been up in this press coverage the whole game, and guys going 2 ways. We're getting down to the end of the game. It's possible they could get run by as they try and move up.
We do know that Greg Zomalt is known for conditioning his guys really well, though, so we'll see here. Orange Vista bringing the blitz, and Gonzalez is going to beat it. He cuts it outside,
Nice turn.
still on his feet. Down towards midfield, first down, Rialto. Out to the 48-yard line and into Orange Vista territory goes Tyler Gonzalez, the second quarterback keeper for a
Gonzalez
big
is running
game.
hard. It took a whole pack of Coyotes to bring him down. Would that be the collective down for Coyotes?
That would be the correct term. A pack of Coyotes.
It seems he's running harder now than he was earlier.
I don't believe it's a herd. I believe it's a pack. But we learn something new every day here when we work with Inland Sports. Orange Vista moving their guys around a lot on defense, showing press, backing off, coming back on press, man, zone, and I think they're doing a great job of keeping Tyler Gonzalez guessing in the Rialto offense. Gonzalez, bad snap again. Ball is on the ground. Did Gonzalez get on top of it? Yes, he did, but it moves them back into their own territory down to the 43-yard line.
So here we go again with some momentum being built. A great run, an inspiring run, and then bad snap. Leads to a huge loss.
I think I've seen this play before, and I know how it ends.
Deja vu all over again.
But can Rialto rewrite the script? Now back at their own 43-yard line. It'll be second and a very long 19 yards. And a Orange
that
Vista
would be
player.
Slightly offsides.
Like I said, they're moving around a lot, showing press, showing zone, and I think he wanted to press the slot receiver who's off the line a couple yards, and that's just a rookie
He's
mistake.
about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. If you're behind the offensive guys, you know you got an issue.
Just about a half a minute left in the third quarter. A free 5 yards for Rialto. They now have 2nd and 14 from the 48-yard line. They give us up the middle, and here's some space for the Rialto running back. Rialto running back to 30, 20. Nobody's going to catch him. 10-5, touchdown Rialto, and the Knights are on the board for the first time tonight.
And maybe fatigue settling in the middle of the line. We don't see that same penetration by the edges, and they just right down the middle, off tackle run. And he took it to the house.
And just like that, the Rialto Knights are back in this thing. It's 10-6. And it looks like Rialto might go for 2. Not sure what kind of personnel they have on the field.
I mean, if we look over at the sideline for Rialto, the numbers aren't very large. I'm wondering if they're running every play at the last possible second to let them rest and catch up.
That's a good point, whereas Orange Vista, whose numbers are not quite as small as Rialto, but they're not the same as some of the bigger schools, they're pushing the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
And that may come into play as the game wears on. Still not sure if Rialto wants to kick this extra point or whether they want to go for 2. Looks like the coaches aren't sure either. They'll call a timeout with 15 seconds left in the third quarter. They want to talk this thing over. For Orange Vista next week, they'll be playing Colton. And on the Orange Vista schedule, Greg Zomalt wants to challenge his guys, it looks like. They've got Colton. They've got a very good Chaparral team who's been good in recent history. And it seems like he wants to battle test them, send them through the fire before league play starts. And during this timeout, we'll send it down to Jeff Gorham. Jeff, who are you with right now?
I am with the athletic director here at Orange Vista, Bobby Caldwell. Welcome to the show. And hey, I'm going to say this has been a 2 years in the making. You've done a great job. You've hired a great coach. Tell us a little bit about your program and what you've been looking forward to for the past 2 years.
Well, it started real slow, and last year was our first year. We had freshmen and sophomores. This year we only have juniors, but we're excited. I'm happy with our coach, Greg Zomo. I think we're going to be good. We're going to be great down the road. It's going to take some time to build the program.
Well, you've got a great talent pool here. You've done a great job. The school has supported you, and I see a great future for you guys here at Orange Vista.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Congrats. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, guys, Bobby Caldwell, athletic director here at Orange Vista, got some good things coming up in the future.
We're excited about the future of Orange Vista as far as their football program goes in athletics department. And now a bad snap on the two-point conversion. Gonzalez goes down, and the score will remain 10-6. Jeff, thank you for that interview and a great job. The two-point conversion, no good for Rialto. And now Rialto will kick it away to Orange Vista. Orange Vista has got to now add a cushion because Rialto within one score.
There's an old cliche that young teams have to learn how to win. I kind of experienced it at Citrus Hill because we opened the program there. It is very true because they get a lead. Young athletes sometimes have a tendency to let up. Instead of pushing and following through with the energy and excitement they had to get the lead, they almost feel like it's over. So now Orange Vista has to dig deep and try and extend this. They've come up empty the last 2 times on block kicks, and a good team can't have that happen.
Do you think that Rialto touchdown could maybe serve as a wake-up call for this Orange Vista offense?
I would hope that the offense would now get in the huddle and say, look, it's time for us to own this. It's time for us to step up. Let's do our job. Defense is tired. They've been out there a while, and half of them play defense too.
Orange Vista and Rialto both have a lot of athletes, or at least most of their athletes, going both ways and starting on both sides of the ball. Rialto getting ready for the kickoff.
I remember Don Markham's Bloomington team won CIF with 18 players on it about 10 years ago.
It's been done before.
Tough, though. Tough to do.
Got to be well-conditioned and mentally tough. Here's the kickoff going all the way back. To get it is Woods. Woods is going to return it. He's got some space. He hits a hole. Now Woods has got some room. Room out to the 40. Woods breaks the tackle. He's out near midfield to the 48-yard line. And
can I say
Woody Woods.
Can I say he is out of the woods?
And he is out of the woods, running to daylight.
That was a varsity run.
What a great job by Woody Woods. And you really hope, if you're Greg Zollma, that sparks your offense to give you a cushion. Your lead 10-6. We got just 6 seconds left in this third quarter.
So now everyone have a little more pep in the step. And Coach Zollma likes to go for it in situations like this where some people might take a knee. He wants to use all available time.
6 seconds to go in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the right. And here's the throw to Woods. Woods makes a man miss into Rialto territory to the 40 and down to the 32. And Woody Woods is carrying this Orange Vista offense out of their funk, out of the woods, and into where they need to be.
Number 11, Jones, for Orange Vista, showed good discipline by not finishing that block off.
Don't forget tonight's game presented by Larson Orthodontics. Mark R. Larson leading the way there at that organization. Check them out at 6886 Indiana Avenue, Suite A in Riverside, or call them at 951-686-6410. That's 951-686-6410. Or email them at larsonortho.net, or check them out on their website. Dr. Larson is Riverside's elite Invisalign provider. At Larson Orthodontics, you are more than just a patient, you're a member of their Smile family. Dr. Mark Larson and his team deliver quality care that will gently and efficiently move your teeth into proper alignment. Your new smile will be one you'll love for a lifetime. Rapid Care Enterprises Urgent Care Services is a proud sponsor of the Orange Vista football team. When you're not feeling good, stop by the new Urgent Care in Paris, located at 26 Avocado Avenue, Suite 205 on the second floor. They're open Mondays 9 to 9 and Tuesdays to Fridays 11 to 9. Walk-ins are welcome and over-the-phone check-in is available. Give the office a call, 951-490-4910, 951-490-4910. Let them help you get to a healthier Happy are you. Here's Orange Vista back at it. Pass into the flats. Number 12 makes the catch, but a good tackle made there by Rialto. The catch was made by Kishan Reynolds.
Quarterback showed some toughness there, had a defender closing on him in his face, and he hung in there in the pocket and delivered a good throw.
Maybe a loss of 1, so it'll be 2nd and 12 actually, a loss of 2 on the play. 3 receivers to Funchess' left. Anthony Funchess in the backfield with Woods. 2nd and 12. Orange Vista flips the field. They go left to right on your radio dial. The snap is from the 32-yard line in Rialto territory. Funchess back to throw. He feels the pressure, gives to Woods. Woods makes the catch, but he's brought down near the line of scrimmage, and that brings up a 3rd and long for Orange Vista.
I think Orange Vista is going to have to attack more upfield because right now Rialto is reading all the screens and the short passes, and they're attacking quickly. Like on that play, he closed and turned it into a very short gain. So it's time for Orange Vista to move up the field a little bit.
Orange Vista's offense seems to be stalling in Rialto territory yet again. They need to break through that barrier. Funchess with 3 receivers far side. And there's the hard count again. Gets Rialto to jump, but an Orange Vista player went 2. Who went first? That'll be the question. We wait for the referee's signal. They're going to talk this one over. There is a gathering of zebras at the midfield watering hole. Right now it's 3rd and 12 from the 33-yard line. We'll see what this penalty is. And it is going to go against Rialto. So Rialto went first according to the referees. 5 yards for Orange Vista makes this 3rd down just a little bit more manageable. It'll be 3rd and 7. Now down to the 27-yard line for the Coyotes. The Yotes with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Woods in the backfield with quarterback Anthony Funchess.
Rialto has moved their defense up. They're attacking Orange Vista's receivers from off the line.
Funchess feels the blitz. He had a man, but he overthrew him. Looking in the direction of Malik Jones, and this might be a tad far for a field goal attempt, but here comes Jose Lopez.
I got a feeling those two, when they develop some chemistry, they're going to be a dangerous combination, Jones and Funchess, because he had Jones on the stop route, but you're right, just overthrew it a little bit.
We've had a lot of looks to Malik Jones, but we've had some drop passes, some overthrows, and a little bit of mistiming. I think by week 11, we'll see those guys be a potent conversation.
Both talented athletes, both good football players.
Or at least a potent combination. I'm sure they have some potent conversations too, but that's not what I meant to say.
All right, let's see if they move those splits out a little bit.
Jose Lopez has had 2 field goals in a row blocked. He's 2 for 4. This is a long one. It's up, and that doesn't have the distance. It's going to fall into the Rialto end zone, and the Knights are fired up because they've stopped Orange Vista from scoring since halftime, and now it's a 10-6 ball game with 10.5 to go in this game.
3 straight drives where they stalled and had to settle rather than taking what they want. So they got to get in there. Coach has to make his adjustments. Again, the players are probably a little fatigued going both ways. We are 10 minutes away from the end of the game, so they got to reach down inside, learn how to finish a game.
Orange Vista, a lot different demeanor than when we started the game.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Running around, chest bumping, high-fiving, yelling, and now we kind of see some slumped shoulders. People are walking around. And
body language is definitely different. It's a 180. Now, I see our guy, the Colonel Saunders there, exhorting some guys to fire up.
And that's what you need. When your team starts to hang their heads, you need that guy, that force in the locker room, the Colonel Saunders, looking to maybe be that guy to fire up this Orange Vista defense. Rialto taking over from their own 20-yard line. Motion a man across in the jet motion. They give it to the running back. They scored a touchdown on this last time. A big pickup up the middle, 11 yards. First down, Rialto out to the 31-yard line.
Same play they scored on the other, going to the other side. The defensive line has to get low and cover gaps. They're standing up and being blockable. That's another new word.
Blockable, missable.
Missability.
Tim Hatch making all kinds of new words. And here's a flag. This will probably be a false start on Rialto.
If you watch the defensive line, the first move is supposed to be down, and it's up right now. That's fatigue. They're just tired. They're supposed to shoot gaps and fill lanes, and that's why they're getting so much success now from Rialto's side.
And as a coach, this penalty actually going against Orange Vista, so 5 free yards for Rialto, 1st and 5. As a coach, I feel like when you see that defensive line or offensive line standing up, that's when you know how far your guys can go into a game.
Yes.
Another big gain up the middle for Rialto. Out to the 50-yard line, a first down and then some.
Just smash mouth football off tackle.
Rialto's offense starting to have their way, it seems like.
Orange Vista is going to have to find a way to plug those gaps, maybe with some blitzes, a couple stunts. Those stunts we saw earlier in the game aren't happening either. We don't see that same penetration at all.
And we don't know whether the coaches are not calling him or whether the players just don't have the energy to carry out the assignments. 3 receivers to Gonzalez's left. This time Gonzalez keeps it himself. He's got space to run up the middle. He makes a cut to the 40, down to the 38, and another first down for the Rialto offense. And Rialto moving the sticks. They trail by 4.
See, again, the body language. You see guys with hands on hips and hands on head just trying to figure out how to stop this, but good timeout. That was a good call.
Greg Zoma calling a timeout for his Yotes.
So right now in this timeout, it's time to say, look, fellas, we know you can do it. You showed you could do it. You have the success under your belt. Let's get back to what we were doing successfully. Suck it up. You've got 9 minutes left.
Coyotes need 9 minutes of good football.
Now, if you're Rialto, you're saying, let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep jamming it down their throats.
During this timeout, we'll send it down to our sideline correspondent, Jeff Gorham, for another great interview. Jeff, how's it going? How you doing, Jeff? Take it away.
Well, I am down here with the Lady Zolmalt, the lady in charge of these 2 great coaches here in the Inland Empire. You've got to be really proud about these guys tonight.
Yes, I am. Very elated. I'm having a good time watching the game, and of course, I love football.
Well, we've seen you on the sidelines for years. You're always the biggest fan there is. But my one question is, what game are you going to go to on Friday nights?
I really don't have a choice because I have 2 grandsons playing for Citrus.
So your loyalty this year and for the foreseeable future will be at Citrus Hill.
For 2 years, for certainty.
There you go.
And then after that, I'll alternate.
You got to love these Thursday and Saturday night games.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, thank you for your time, and we're very happy to see you still on the sidelines here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it. The Orange Vista fans starting to get fired up here. The cheerleaders getting some chants going. And
First school cheer.
First school organized cheer.
Student organized, I guess you could say.
There you go.
Orange Vista had a defensive player step up there and meet the ball carrier that time, just like they were in the first half. That was a big play.
Looks like it is 2nd and 10 now, and here's a give up the middle. More space for the Rialto run game. They'll spot him out near the first down.
It's a pretty simple blocking scheme. Rialto has 2 offensive linemen. One's pushing out to the right sideline. One's pushing to this sideline. Creates a gap. Defensively, you got to fill that gap. It's just not being filled.
3rd and 2 for Rialto. 3 receivers to Gonzalez's right. Gonzalez with the keeper around the outside. He has space to pick up the first down. He falls forward for a couple extra. He's out near the 25.
Cameron Wilson did a nice job keeping us contained. Although I think wrapping up would be a little more of a call on the tackle there instead of dropping his shoulder.
Rialto with 8.5 to go in this game are moving the chains, moving the ball. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line of Orange Vista. Gonzalez with 2 receivers on each side. He's got a running back that now motions to his left. Rialto taking their time in between plays, letting their guys get some rest. They'll motion a man across, and now here's a false start against Rialto. And a sigh of relief and a chance to get their breath for Orange Vista.
They were running a sweep there with a guard pull. Guard pulled too early. He just flinched. He rose up just a little bit.
Now Rialto with a 1st and 15. And Orange Vista with a little bit more breathing room to work with as we get down near 8 minutes left in this ball game. 3 receivers wide right. Rialto moving right to left on your radio dial. It's 10-6. Orange Vista's first ever varsity game. Rialto with just 2 wins over the past 3 seasons. These teams looking for a new identity, and now there's the penetration from the Coyotes that we saw earlier. The Colonel, Ethan Saunders, getting into the backfield and making a stop, and those are the kind of spark plug plays that the Orange Vista Coyotes need. 2nd and long with double sticks for Rialto.
That's how you find out who your winners are, your leaders, guys that make the plays when they're fatigued, they're tired. It's the 4th quarter. Here we go again. Mr. Saunders stepping up along with number 17.
This will be a 2nd and 19. 10-6 Orange Vista, getting down near 7 minutes left in this game. Rialto, though they have been the better team in this quarter, now have to start to feel a bit of a sense of urgency. Another drop snap, and the Colonel, Ethan Saunders, recovers it. Orange Vista has reawoken.
My guy.
They are back.
Mr. Saunders, look at that energy.
And the Orange Vista, listen to the Orange Vista crowd. The Orange Vista Coyotes are back, 6:56 to go. They lead 10-6, and they just put a stop to a very, very good Rialto drive.
Now that's the kind of play that could change momentum, that could fire up the offense to close this out with a good drive.
Anthony Funchess and the Coyotes back on the field. They need to add to their lead. They can also milk the clock here. We're down in that time where if we can get Woods to get a couple big runs, maybe go away from that no huddle tempo offense. What do you think, Tim?
Changing the tempo would be by not using that and get Rialto off guard. So if you've been running something with that tempo, that's not a bad idea to change things up and get Rialto on their heels a little bit.
And you kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. And now here's offsides on Rialto, so it'll be 1st and 5 from the 46-yard line. Anyways, as I was saying, you change up the tempo, you kill some clock, and you give your guys a little bit more of a chance to get a breather. So the 46-yard line of Orange Vista is where the Coyotes will start, and Woods picks up 3 or 4 on the first carry, or actually that'll just be 3 yards.
Now, that was a good tackle, but again, Woods leads some punishment on that guy. You heard that pop. That was Woods creating the hit. Totally different runner this half.
Woody Woods. We hope that if you're listening to us, you're keeping an eye on the Mayweather-McGregor fight.
Now I'm looking at the safeties. Look what the safety for Rialto is.
Here's Woods up the middle, first down and more. Across midfield.
If they get past the first wave, there's no one back there to stop him. He's 5 yards up.
Rialto stacking the box, and Orange Vista has shown some flashes in the passing game. If they can get one to connect.
Almost happened right there.
You know the old adage, 3 things happen when you throw the ball, 2 of them are bad, and you cannot afford a turnover if you're the Coyotes right now. Woody Hayes. Well, here we are with Woody Woods running the ball. Woody Hayes with some sound advice.
I think Woody Hayes would like the way Woody Woods was running this half.
Woody Hayes would have said, give it to Woody. And now here's a flag. Not sure what this is going to be on, but like you said, Rialto is stacking the box. They've got nobody beyond 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And there you go, either lining up in the neutral zone, and yes, it is lining up in the neutral zone. The referee's talking to the cornerback number 22 on the far side. Orange Vista collects $100, passes go, and they'll have 1st and 5 from the 40-yard line.
You know what's also effective here is run a slant and go. So run the receiver on a hard slant. The corner bites. There's no one back to go over the top.
You have no safety valve when you stack the box.
Those referees are the safeties right now.
Just better hope you don't run into one of them.
Runners.
2 receivers to each side. Shotgun formation, 1st and 5 from the 40.
Blitz.
Rialto brings the blitz. Woody gets to the line of scrimmage, and he's stood up there. And a little bit shaken up after that play. He got hit hard in the gap.
He's taking some blows this half, too.
Credit to Woody Woods, though, for hanging in there.
He's staying in. He shook off the sideline.
Loss of about a half a yard. It'll still be 2nd and 5. Anthony Funchess in the shotgun. Trying to add to this Orange Vista 10-6 lead, about 5 minutes to go. And there's the fake. Funchess with it. Around the outside, stiff arms one, gets the first down and steps out of bounds, and that's what you want from a running quarterback. Yes. Anthony Funchess comes up clutch, getting down to the 30-yard line.
Great play call. I don't know if that was an audible. Coach Zolmont just went up to him and congratulated him. That could have been an audible, but it was. It was a great call. Because you can see Rialto just angling in on the ball, and he just got outside.
We've seen Anthony Gonzalez put that ball in there, hold it for just a half second longer, and then pull it and keep it himself. And now Anthony Funchess answers with another great fake of his own. 5 minutes to go. Orange Vista still leading 10-6, and their offense looks like it did in that first half.
I see a young quarterback that could be effective both ways, running and throwing, just trying to fit in the system right now. But I see as he grows and becomes more mature, he's going to be dangerous.
Woods up the middle. He finds some space. Picks up about 5-6 yards. It'll be second down, and I feel like Orange Vista's doing a great job on that first down play. You pick up 4 to 5 yards in the ground game every time, you will get the first down.
And it's not an easy offense to run for the quarterback, because as he's handing the ball off, he's reading the defenders. He's watching their reactions, and he's done a great job so far in his reads.
2nd and 4, it sets up now from the 24-yard line deep in Rialto territory. Orange Vista trying to not stall this time. They've stalled on quite a few consecutive offensive drives. 2 receivers to each side. The ball's on the near hash. Funchess in the shotgun. Here comes Rialto with the blitz again, and they're going to get Woody Hayes in the backfield. Or Woody Hayes is a legendary coach.
If he's running, it's news.
Woody Woods will be a legendary running back at Orange Vista by the time this is done. Right now, he's stopped in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 6.
I think they need to go back to that bootleg action. Maybe a fake handoff with Funchess hitting the outside.
Rialto stacking the box, bringing the blitz on every play. They've got nobody back deep. Everyone's within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Orange Vista has yet to really take advantage of that, aside from that Funchess end around.
At the same time, they've taken almost 4 minutes off the clock, I think.
Just under 4 minutes to go. Here we'll pass.
There's
Slant
the slant.
pass,
There
and
it
they
is.
got him. Over the middle, staying on his feet at the 5. Touchdown, Orange Vista. First passing
And
touchdown.
that is the danger you take when you move your safety all the way up.
And
Great play call, great execution.
That is Devin Murray, I believe, on the far side, going to the house on the slant. He catches it and runs. The first passing touchdown for the Coyotes. It's 16-6. Like you said, Tim, great execution for the Coyotes offense.
Well, you know, when you try and force the action by stacking the box, that's the gamble. That receiver won't get behind your guys, so great play call.
And now the PAT unit on the field. Lopez is now 2 for 5. He's had 3 blocked in a row. And here we go. Lopez puts it up and in, and that time he goes to 3 for 6, 50% on the night for Lopez, who scored the first points of the game and of the career for Orange Vista. There's 3:36 to go. It's 17-6 Coyotes.
I think one of the things they're going to have to go work on this week is the elevation of the ball off his foot. It's very flat. I think he's got to do something to get the ball up a little bit.
I highly suggest going and watching some Manny Burr's game
Yes.
film.
And if I'm his center, I want him to do that because he might take that guy's head off one of these times.
Yeah, I don't want to be standing there trying to block if I know the ball's coming at a pretty shallow angle. And these fans are fired up. The cheerleaders are fired up. It's 17-6. And Orange Vista, when they felt like they were on the cusp of throwing this game away, they come up with a good drive after being kind of swamped in the red zone a few drives in a row.
Now, Coach Zomalt has something he can point back to for future plays or future games. You did it. You were tired. You dug deep. You executed. You ran our offense. Now you know how to do it. So he can use this film as a great teaching point, too.
Lopez set to kick it off for the Coyotes. Rialto has 2 back deep, 4 in the intermediate level, 6 up front, or 5 up front.
Rialto needs a big play from one of these running backs.
And that one will land at about the 25. A good return being set up here. Getting the corner is Rialto. He's got blockers on the far side to the 50. Crosses midfield to the 45, and he's spun out of bounds there. Another good return. Rialto's special teams has shown some pretty good signs of life.
You're almost at that point as a coach where you just kick it out of bounds and just let them take it at 35. Instead of taking it down into their zone, at least they're back on their side of the field.
If you remember correctly, Lopez on his first 2 kickoffs sent it to the end zone.
Yeah, he did.
And now we've seen more of a pooch kick. We don't know if that's fatigue or if this is called by the special teams coordinator. It hasn't seemed to work out super well for
Maybe
Rialto.
Kicking away from somebody who's deep, but that guy had a nice return for Rialto. Now Rialto needs to score pretty quickly here.
3:25 to go. The Coyotes have a 17-6 advantage. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 48-yard line. That's the 43-yard line. 2 receivers to each side for Gonzalez, and a pressure moment for the veteran quarterback.
What do they have in their offensive package for a quick strike? We're going to find out.
Motion a man across. And they're going to give it up the middle, which has been successful for them. Breaking it out to the outside, first down and more. Down to the 20 and pushed out of bounds near the 15-yard line. The Rialto Knights offense is moving the ball on the ground.
I guess we saw what's in the package. Same play.
Quick strike is a run up the middle, bouncing it outside. Rialto will set up shop with 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line now. Orange Vista's defense needs another big play like they got when the Colonel forced a sack and then recovered the fumble.
One of the linebackers on that side has to fill that gap. If the linemen are being split and pushed off, someone's got to step up.
Doubles formation. Gonzalez going to keep it himself. He gets around one tackler and dives forward inside the 10, 3 yards short of the first down. And look who's running in to play some defense. It's number 2, the quarterback, Anthony Funchess.
Gonzalez is a different player this half also. From that first quarter, his aggressiveness with the ball and the way he's attacking now as a quarterback, he's really turned into quite a weapon.
Rialto trying to get their offense set up. There was a flag thrown. Not sure who this is going to go against. The line of scrimmage marker is at the 10-yard line right now. The referees are still talking it over. Personal foul on Rialto, so a big break for Orange Vista there.
Offsetting, both teams. Both teams got it.
So that will put the ball at the 10-yard line where Gonzalez went down.
And now this is the point where you have to have the discipline. If the other team does something you feel is egregious, you cannot respond. You just got to let it happen, hope the official sees it. Because the 15 yards they would have got from that, if, say, Orange Vista didn't respond, could have been huge for their defense.
And how many times, Tim, have you heard a coach say the second guy always gets caught?
Always.
You just can't overreact when someone does something a little bit extracurricular to you in the football world. And 1st or 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line for Rialto here. 3 receivers wide left. Rialto going into the left end zone if you're looking at your radio dial. Here's the snap. And this time Gonzalez going to keep it himself. He was caught in the backfield, but he escaped and slipped forward for a few more yards out near the first down marker. They're going to spot him a couple yards shy, brings up a 3rd and short.
His missability factor has really upgraded.
The missability.
He's playing with a huge passion bucket too.
Anthony Gonzalez with the missability and the passion bucket. Tim Hatch pulling out all the stops.
You know, you can see he's someone that doesn't like to lose. Just his energy when there's a bad snap, he's excited about the game. He's not giving up, but just he looks like he's a pretty good football player.
Now Rialto, 3 receivers wide left, and that read option didn't go too well. Breaking it up in the backfield was the big number 99, Miles Jones.
I almost felt like he could have grabbed the ball from him.
And Miles Jones should have just taken the handoff and gone 90 yards for the touchdown. Instead, he breaks up the zone read.
I think Jones was surprised to see the ball right there.
Sometimes you just don't expect that. And look at the Colonel, Ethan the Colonel Saunders, running off the field, imploring his defense on this 4th and 5. They need a stop. Rialto can't kick the field goal here as they're down 17-6. There's 1:49 to go here in this 4th quarter.
So just by the math, you know, they have to try and score a touchdown, but 2 most successful people for them have been Gonzalez and whichever running back they've been feeding on that off-tackle play. So if I'm Orange Vista, I'm loading up for those 2.
Orange Vista making sure their defense is set in this timeout. I believe the timeout was called by Rialto. We're not sure, so we don't know how many timeouts are left for each team. But those timeouts, however many they may be, will come into play here with under 2 minutes to go.
According to the scoreboard, Rialto's out and Orange Vista has 2, if those numbers are right.
So Rialto probably did call that timeout, and now they're out of timeouts. And
as it is all or nothing time.
As the trailing team, though, with under 2 minutes to go, you want to have those timeouts in your back pocket. Here we go. Big play, 4th and 5 from the 10-yard line. Orange Vista with a 11-point lead. The throw is a slant, and it is broken up. Orange Vista's defense comes up with the big stop, pinned back in their own territory.
No flags on the play.
Great coverage reaching around and breaking up the pass by the Orange Vista defender. And now the offense will take over to try and milk this 1 minute and 44 seconds that's left on the clock.
And according to the scoreboard, Rialto can do nothing to stop the clock.
So they can't call a timeout.
If that's right.
Orange Vista is probably going to have to get a first down here if they want to be able to take a knee.
And it's pretty important that all the little things are done in practice. When I was coaching at Norte Vista, at the end of a game, we had our quarterback. We sent in the play, take a knee. He told everybody else to take a knee. So the line, the running backs, everybody took a knee. He was the only one standing. So the other team just killed him. So you take nothing for granted down here.
Communication, and they are in the victory formation with 1:44 to go, and they'll be able to take some consecutive quarterback kneels. There's the first one, and this will be the first win in Orange Vista Coyote history. The fans are on their feet, the cheerleaders pumping up the crowd, and looks like Greg Zolmalt rotating players in and out so that everybody can get a chance to be in on this historic win. Like I said, the fans are fired up. Jeff Gorham will hopefully have an interview for us after the game. The clock ticks now to 1:20, and the young team, not a senior on the roster, coming up big.
I think the future is very bright for Orange Vista, looking at some of the leadership skills we've seen, not just the athleticism, but guys like Saunders, our friend the Colonel, the pastry chef. They look very good today, and things are only going to get better as they get stronger, more experienced. Funches showed some great leadership skills today, too. On the Rialto side, Gonzalez, a warrior, hates to lose. I think Rialto's not going to be as bad as the last few years.
So Orange Vista taking the delay of game penalty. That'll move them back to about the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 15, but they'll take a quarterback kneel. So now at the 5-yard line, you don't have much room to take.
You better look behind you.
Because you don't want to give up a safety and make this an 8-17 game with 44 seconds left. And the clock is not running. Greg Zolmalt wants that clock to run, and now it is. It's under 40 seconds to go. Orange Vista takes another knee. They'll have to take one more, I believe, to seal this victory. But what an absolutely historic night. The school is 2 years old. This is their first varsity game. Lopez, the kicker, scores the first points of Orange Vista's football program.
And I think coming out of this, Coach Zolmalt has to be pleased. Anytime you get a win, you got to be pleased. You saw some good performances from individuals. His defensive unit was strong. Rialto's coach can come out of this same thing. I think he should be pleased with the way his team performed.
And there you have it, the clock ticking down, 3, 2, 1, 0. Orange Vista with the ice bath for Coach Zolmalt. The Coyotes are undefeated as a football program. Their first varsity game ends in a 17-6 victory over the Rialto Knights. Inland Sports Radio was proud to have been a part of it. Tim Hatch and Cullen Holt, along with Jeff Gorham on the sidelines. Tim, Orange Vista 1-0 all time as a football program now.
Hey, they can claim it. There you go. And the kids just have to be sky high right now. First varsity win. They can live off this for a little bit, but then Coach Zolmalt will say, hey, we got someone else coming up. Reality sets in. Cullen, it was a pleasure. You're an outstanding guy here. Do a great job.
Same to you, Tim. It's been a lot of fun. We got a third member of the broadcast team who's standing by, Jeff Gorham. You've been doing a great job all night. What do you have for us now?
Well, you look at this program, they're basically the babies of the area. But they come in, they get their first victory. They have great athletes. They have a great coach. I'd say in the next couple of years, we start saying their name with Rancho Verde. We start saying their name with Citrus Hill. We start saying their name with the big boys because they're going to be coming after these guys. So a good start to a good young program and a good school at Orange Vista. Congratulations. Hey, and great job, guys. You had a great game tonight. And look forward to seeing you all season.
Thank you, Jeff. Excellent job tonight. Let's thank our sponsors. The Inland Sports Show is presented by Spoiled. Spoiled quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service and great prices. Check them out off Alessandro Boulevard. Spoiled. A huge thanks to Bill Navigato and his team at Spoiled, who are dedicated to local sports in the Inland Empire. Ken's Sporting Goods. Ken's Sporting Goods has more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, and they are still dominating, taking care of all your sports gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets. They even helped the La Sierra Eagles design a new logo and produce new uniforms. Check out kensportinggoods.com and ask for Adam Minoski, the team sales rep. He will take care of you. Boost Performance Training athletes of all levels need to check out Boost Performance Training in Corona. Coach Ray Bass and his team bring experience, passion, and commitment to grooming great athletes. They train athletes in all sports: football, baseball, track, lacrosse. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com. Phantom House Studios. Need a good sports edit for the athlete in your life? Check out phantomhousestudios.com. They do senior pictures, they do wedding pictures, they do it all. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Larson Orthodontics. Mark R. Larson of Larson Orthodontics is the Riverside's elite Invisalign provider. At Larson Orthodontics, you are more than just a patient. You're a member of their Smile family. Dr. Mark Larson and his team deliver quality care that will gently and efficiently move your teeth into proper alignment. Your new smile will be one you love for a lifetime. Call them at 951-686-6410. Also brought to you by Rapid Care Enterprises. Urgent Care Services is a proud sponsor of Orange Vista football. When you're not feeling good, stop by the new Urgent Care in Paris. Walk-ins are welcome, and over-the-phone check-in is available. Give the office a call at 951-490-4910. Let them help you get to a healthier, happier you.
You know, Cullen, as we break, what would be the worst time to call the dentist during the day?
Oh, I don't know.
It would be at 2:30.
2:30.
2:30.
Oh, my goodness. And with that, we want to remind you to tune into the Inland Sports Show, 11 a.m. every Saturday. Orange Vista is celebrating their first win. Tune into IMG Sports Weekly Friday nights at 11 p.m. Follow the Inland Sports Show on social media. Tune into Riverside TV's Friday night broadcast of Hillcrest and Notre Dame. And the next game we'll have here on the Inland Sports YouTube channel, where you should hit the subscribe button, will be Thursday. Hesperia will be playing Summit. For Tim Hatch, it's been a pleasure. I'm Cullen Holt. We had Jeff Gorham on the sidelines. Pep Fernandez, our executive producer and board op. It's been a pleasure. Orange Vista starts their football program with a 17-6 victory over Rialto. Good night, everybody, and drive safely.